Hello, everybody, and welcome to Columbia, Missouri. I am Chad Grammer. Next to me, the voice you may remember from last season, my color commentator. I guess I took a week off and went to Houston, so my color commentator thought he could take a week off this week. And Gary Davidson not going to be with us, but I'm joined by Jason Leary in the booth. You guys might remember Jason from the district championship game last year at Warrensburg. Jason, glad you could make the trip with me.
Glad to make it, Chad.
So we've got football action set to come your way in about 30 minutes or so. It looks like the Storms are going to hold off, hopefully. Cross your fingers, because we are outside in the elements tonight, and tonight would not be a fun night for a rain shower. Tough break for your Cats last week. They lose in overtime 34-28. Jace Reynolds with a school record 352 yards rushing last week. Jason, you never want to lose a game when you have 352 rushing yards by one player.
No, that's incredible. I've never seen that or even heard of that at the high school level.
And you know, they weren't easy yards. They were hard yards. Jace was the workhorse last week, netting close to 50 carries on the game, and he just kept on going. He had an 86-yard touchdown run at one point, a lot of 10 and 12-yard gains, and he had a couple of tough 2 and 3-yard gains. And by the end of the night, you know, I told Jason about this on the way down, how many yards that Jace had, and Jason said, well, why weren't they just stuffing the box and putting 9 and 10? I go, they were. And It still was not mattering. He was still getting 4 and 5 yards a carry. Good news for the Cats. This is the last non-conference game of that brutal 4-game opening stretch with Kearney, Maryville, Blue Valley Northwest, and then Battle. The bad news is they're going to do it without their starting quarterback tonight in River Riley. River will not be out there tonight, so it could be tough sledding a hoe, as the Wildcats also are without their top 3 wide receivers. But in the grand scheme of things, Jason, this game doesn't mean anything. This is kind of like the last preseason game for the Chiefs. You're like, sit everybody you can, get to next week, and get to conference healthy.
Exactly, yeah. Try to stay healthy, come out, learn some things, maybe run some new routes, or maybe get some younger guys in there that you want to try to build around going forward. So it should be interesting tonight, to say the least.
So expect a lot more of Jace Reynolds tonight, I would imagine, for the Wildcats. A lot of handoffs, and I believe we're going to have a freshman out there at quarterback tonight. Espen Glenn been taking some snaps in pregame, along with Carson Crowley, the senior tailback, running back, safety for the Cats. And that's kind of due to the fact that Braden Tarwater is not playing tonight either, as Braden won't be out there. He's the backup quarterback. So once River gets hurt and your backup quarterback is also hurt, you run into those problems. But in the long run, this just makes you a better team because you're getting these younger guys repetitions at the varsity level.
Yeah, I mean, all this is great experience going forward for these young guys. And like we already talked about, come out, you may take some lumps, but at least you're going to learn, maybe figure out what you have as far as talent goes in some of the younger kids.
And, you know, Battle's a good football team. They're 2-1 on the year. They lost to St. Louis University High 52-47 in the first game. They put the woodshed to Smith Cotton 61-21, and they eked out a win against crosstown rivals Rockbridge last week 21-14. So they're 2-1 on the year. They're ranked in Class 5 in the state. Harrisonville's had a rough go of it. They had a great first half against Kearney, a subpar performance against Maryville in week 2 that they lost 56-20. That was the game I was gone, so I didn't get to see all of that game. Just seemed like a flat team that night, though. And then last week, a hard-fought defeat to Blue Valley Northwest, a team that broke a long losing streak with that win. They're going to be a team to reckon with over the next couple of years, I think, over in Kansas. They had a sophomore quarterback, Jason, 6'4", about 215,
wow,
and could sling it all over the yard, was running a spread offense. I would imagine we'll be hearing his name in a couple of years with D1 schools come calling.
And that's just a loaded area over there with all the Blue Valley schools. I mean, they're just loaded with, seems like, quarterbacks all over the place over there.
Well, and you look at Battle, same thing. Battle's, right here in Mizzou's backyard. They got some D1 talent on this team as well. Harrisonville last year against Battle, everybody's going to remember the 87 points that Battle put up on Harrisonville last year. But what people forget is that was a close game at halftime, and Harrisonville's Jaden Wilson for Harrisonville ran for 289 yards in that football game. He almost broke the school record last year in that game. The third most now. It was the second most at the time. Now the third most yards in a game for a Wildcat. So they showed they can put points on against Battle. They're going to have to try to do that tonight. Again, it's lead to, we got to see what the Wildcats can do tonight. And they've given up some points. If you look at their schedule, you look at their point totals, they have given up some points a little bit. They gave up 52 to St. Louis University, 21 to Smith Cotton. A Smith Cotton team that hasn't been scoring a whole lot this year.
They got shut out by Warrensburg last week.
Yeah, and then Rockbridge obviously put 14 on the board but could not get any more. So it'll be interesting to see how the Cats go. You know, I caution everybody. I know that there's probably people watching, listening, and they're worried. They're a little bit worried. They're concerned that, you know, oh, no, we're 0-3, and we've got this big game coming out tonight. We could be 0-4 going into next week. But, again, I caution you, be cautiously optimistic. This is like the last preseason game. This game means nothing in the grand scheme of things. They do not tell you that you can only have a certain amount of losses to win a state title. The year that Harrisonville won a state title, they lost 3 games in a row in the middle of the season, were 3-3, and everybody wrote them off. I'm not saying this team's going to go on and win a state title, but what I'm saying is conference starts next week, and it's a fresh slate. It's like everybody starts 0-0. You got 5 games to prove yourself, kind of position yourself for districts, and then it starts all over again for districts.
Absolutely. The real, like you said, the real season begins next week. Now, saying that, that's a tough conference ahead, but, you know, come out here tonight with some of these younger guys and see what you have going forward.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. It is your pregame show brought to you by our friends at Sherwood Community Bank, Harrisonville's only locally owned and managed bank, member FDIC. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with more after this. You are watching Wildcat Football on 4Ts.com.
What is one of your most precious commodities these days? Time. With kids' events, family events, and everything in between, time is precious. So why drive hours and spend an entire day to save $20? Shop local and find your home appliances right in Harrisonville at Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center. They deliver and can service any issues that can arise. By doing that, you're putting money right back into the community. So stop wasting family time and go see the staff that treats you like their family at Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center on Plaza Drive, right behind Hawthorne Bank.
Well, it's football season, so that means cold weather is not far behind. It's time to drive on over to Young's Auto Repair to get your car ready for the winter. Flush the radiator, get an oil change, and make sure the heater is ready to keep your family comfortable all winter long. If something else may ail your car, bring it in. Let Young's diagnose the problem, get you back on the road. Young's Auto across the road from Young's Tire on South Commercial Street.
Everyone needs a kickstart at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So go see the team at Sonic of Harrisonville to kick away those afternoon blues with an ice-cold soda full of caffeine to kickstart that energy. The best part, 2 to 4 p.m. is happy hour, so you can kick away the cobwebs for half price. And while you're at it, don't forget to grab an afternoon snack with some cheesy bites or jalapeno poppers. Also, go to the4ts.com and sign up for the Wildcat Kick Contest. So kick away those afternoon blues and get to Sonic today.
Event spaces come in all shapes and sizes. Finding the one that is just right can be a hassle. Not anymore. The Dickey Cottage is perfect for those extra large family gatherings, birthday parties, baby showers, and more. With a large kitchen to use, a giant dining room for everyone, and a living room area with a big screen, there is sure to be room for everyone to relax and feel right at home. So the next time you need a venue that is just right, call Sonia at 816-925-0588 and book your date today. The Dickey Cottage, the venue place.
Hello, and welcome back to Battle High School. We're on the campus of Battle High School. We are in Columbia, Missouri, affectionately known as Como for us Mizzou fans. I got a buddy of mine. He says he always comes down here. He says this is God's country down here. He loves coming down here from Hutchinson, Kansas, of all places. He travels down here. And anyway, we are ready for some football action. It is the pregame show brought to you by our good friends at Sherwood Community Bank. And we also want to thank all of our great sponsors, including Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center, Young's Auto, Sonic Drive-In of Harrisonville, the Dickey Cottage Suzy Q Drive-In in Peculiar, Brad Sainer, Farmers Insurance, Quality Auto Service and Repair, Health Turf Farm, Hawthorne Bank, Schroeder Chiropractic, Sherwood Heating and Cooling, Harrisonville Chamber of Commerce, C-Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing, who is also our official outfitter,
we have members from the
Uptown Event Center, American Heritage Realtor, Sherwood Community Bank, Max Ford of Harrisonville, Atkinson Funeral Home, Lacey Dominic of Shelter Insurance, Cam Chenoweth of American Family, Young's Tire, Hollins Auto Sales, Stafford & Stafford Insurance, Colby's Car Clinic, Forge by Fire, Show Me Auto Mall, and Harrisonville Trade Fair. Also a couple of newbies on for the next 3 weeks. The Red Barn Ranch, as well as Upcycled Orchard in Harrisonville. Both of them getting ready to open for the fall. Of course, Upcycled Orchard is already open. They will open their pumpkin patch over at the Cider House next weekend. And the Red Barn Ranch will open tomorrow. Hopefully the rain holds off tomorrow. Everybody can go out there for opening day. Always a fun time out at the Red Barn Ranch, just north of town off of Jefferson Parkway. The Red Barn Ranch is there. I got a chance to go out last week to Upcycled Orchard. Me and the kids and Angela went out there and got to pick some apples. They were delicious. We took them home. Kids wanted to eat them right away, and we were able to go home and eat some apples. And they have all kinds of fun stuff out there, and we'll get to that here in just a little bit. I said that storms may hold off, and here it goes. It is raining a little bit. So we have a time. I'm going to take another time out. There's something going on here. So we're going to take a quick time out, and we'll be back right after this.
Everybody loves the old-fashioned drive-in. Well, guess what? Suzy Q's has opened up in the Old Peculiar Drive-In location across from the Frog Barn in Peculiar. Go in, get the signature Suzy Q, you know, the one that's so big they barely fit in the basket, while you're at it at the Tenderloin. So next time you think, man, I wish I had an old drive-in, remember, there's one 5 minutes up I-49 in Peculiar at Suzy Q's.
At Farmers, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a swing set standoff. And we covered it. July 1st, 2015. Talk to Farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are Farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Farmers Insurance, Bradley Sainer, in the A-frame at 1808 North Commercial Street in Harrisonville.
When it comes to your vehicle's maintenance, we know you have plenty of options. Sometimes so many options can make it hard to find an honest, reliable automotive shop. That is where Quality Auto Service and Repair comes in, with a commitment to providing customers with honest, quality service at reasonable prices. Our technology and expertise provide you with the best car care imaginable. We take pride in diagnosing your vehicle correctly and getting you back on the road quickly. We are family owned and operated since 1995. For an appointment, call 816-380-7267. Quality Auto Service and Repair, building relationships through automotive service. It's who the Davidsons trust for auto repair.
Does your lawn need some TLC? Owned and operated by 3 generations of Wildcats, Held's Turf Farm is your local stop for sod and topsoil since 1971. Whether you need 1 roll of sod, 1 scoop of dirt, or a whole truckload, we have you covered. A new home in your future? Give us a call at 816-540-2020 and set up a quote for new sod installation. Held's Turf Farm is located between Harrisonville and Pleasant Hill and is open 8 to 5 weekdays and 8 to noon on Saturdays.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Columbia, Missouri. We're on the campus of Battle High School, just north and east of Columbia, and we're ready for high school football. The 2-1 Battle Trojans, or Spartans, I should say, going up against the Harrisonville Wildcats here tonight as we are ready for some high school football. And we were talking about all our great sponsors, and I want to talk about 2 of them now that have joined us, as it is almost time for fall. While you wouldn't know it by the weather, fall is here. How could you tell? Red Barn Ranch opens tomorrow and will be open weekends through Halloween and during the week by appointment for your groups. As always, Matt has added more fun. A new slide made from Grandpa Moreland's 1961 IH grain truck. Also, shirts, hats, hoodies are available for purchase. New wagons for your pumpkins mean roll up and weigh, and you are on your way. And don't forget to enter the heaviest load contest where the winner gets $150 towards Red Barn Ranch to use any way you want. We always make a chance. We always get out there at least once a fall. Excited to take the kids back out there. They got all kinds of fun stuff. They've got a giant slide that is made out of an old culvert that you could put like underneath the road, and he's turned it into a slide, and they go flying down there. Kids loved that last year. Of course, they've got the big corn pit. The kids play for hours in that. It's like a sandbox with a bunch of corn in it. All kinds of fun stuff out at Red Barn Ranch. Also, Upcycled Orchard is ready for fall. They have apple picking going on right now. I just told you about that last weekend. We were able to go out there. $7 for a bag of apples. All the apples you can fit in that bag. $13 for 2, and it just goes down from there. Pick the apples. They have galas. They have Red Delicious. They've got all kinds of different apples, Fiji apples, Golden Delicious. They are yummy, I will tell you that much. Also, come out during regular business hours and enjoy fresh apples and cider slushy, some Poppy's ice cream with a homemade piece of pie. They will open the pumpkin patch next weekend and be open Saturdays 10 to 5, Sundays 12 to 5. They will have cider donuts and slushes available at the Orchard Shop and all kinds of pumpkins, mums, and fall decor. Also, go over to the pumpkin patch, which will be at the Cider House. A little more room for activities and spread out. They can book a special group for the week. Check them out at Facebook, Upcycled Orchard, or the Cider House page. Also have Fall Farm to Table dinner tomorrow evening, and a few tickets are left. So go check that out on the page, and they look forward to seeing you. Go Wildcats. Two great hometown businesses right there, only open in the fall, late summer into the fall, and we love to support them. Like I said, we were out there last weekend at that. We will probably be out at Red Barn Ranch within the next couple of weekends, hoping the rain holds off for Matt tomorrow for their opening day, and they can get a good crowd out there. I jinxed us a little bit. I said I think the storm's going to hold off here, and a nice dark cloud came over and started sprinkling on us, Jason. That wasn't the smartest idea I had.
No, you've been jinxing us the whole way here tonight, Chad, with the wrecks out there on the highway, now with the rain. So I think you need to pipe down a little bit, bud.
I do. I need to calm down. I need to stop talking about it. It is now time for the Cats starting lineups, brought to you by the best starting lineup in insurance in Harrisonville. That is Stafford & Stafford Insurance. And we're going to run down. We just told you Espen Glenn going to be at quarterback instead of River Riley tonight. Also, I think you'll see some snaps from Carson Crowley. Of course, Jace Reynolds, the sophomore, will probably get a heavy dose of him again tonight for the Cats. Again, their top 3 receivers are out, so we will see a lot of Andrew Cecil as well as Bryce Percival. And then your mainstays up front, as we have had each week, is Jacob Poisel along with Trevor Campbell and Mr. Brody Rogers, and they kind of mix in those last couple of spots. Keegan Rowe still out for the Wildcats, so hopefully everybody will be back and healthy, getting a little bit of an extended time off. You know, I kind of wonder, and I kind of hinted towards this a little bit earlier as we were talking, Jason, and, you know, I said it being like the last preseason game. Jerry, as a former coach, kind of was like, I don't know if that would be the case if it was me at coach, but I kind of hinted towards, I wonder if a couple of these guys, they're just not keeping out for an extra week just to make sure they're healthy for the season. You've got, obviously, Colby Knowles is still out, and hoping to have him back. He was our leading receiver last year, so you almost wonder, like, okay, well, in the grand scheme of things, this isn't going to mean anything. Everybody wants to win a football game, but at the same time, you want to go into conference healthy because you'd like to be able to – you can't hang a preseason banner, but you can hang a conference title banner.
Yeah, I don't buy that at the high school that at the high school level at all, Grammer. I mean, pros, you're talking millions of dollars for these athletes out here. You know, these kids all go to practice all day, all summer. You know, they all work together. I don't think that's the case at all, setting a kid for the last, preseason game.
And you know what? I could be totally off base, and it wouldn't be the first time.
No, that's for sure.
It wouldn't be the first time I was wrong. You could ask my wife about that, as I always like to hint and joke about. And you probably ask many others, as I have definitely not always been correct. So we're not too far away from your opening kickoff. We've been here on the pregame show, brought to you by our friends at Sherwood Community Bank. We will have your opening kickoff here in a few minutes, as well as a coin toss, waiting for both teams to come out on the field. We will take another timeout, and we'll be back with more on your pregame show right after this.
We've all been there before, needed to deposit a check in our account but nowhere near our bank. That's where Hawthorne's Bank's mobile banking comes in. Simply open your mobile banking app, take a picture of the check, and presto, the check's been deposited. Hawthorne Bank has the big bank convenience with small town roots. So if you want a friendly, quick, and convenient service in a hometown bank, go see our friends at Hawthorne Bank next to Troby's on Plaza Drive.
Every team has the same characteristics, including having each other's back. That's the motto the team at Schroeder Chiropractic lives by. With 2 chiropractors, 3 therapists, and an amazing office staff, they got your back. They will take care of your aches and pains and have you feeling like new in a warm, family-friendly environment. Schroeder Chiropractic has the community's back as well, being actively involved in bright futures in Harrisonville youth sports. Whether it's aches and pains or getting involved in the community, Schroeder Chiropractic has your back.
This is Gary Davidson, and if you're looking for an honest, reliable heating and cooling company, look to where I look, Sherwood Heating and Cooling. Owner David Vogt has 25 years of industry experience and has been in business the last 10 years in Garden City. They are a Carrier equipment dealer and can provide ductwork, design communicating equipment, and thermostats for new homes. Not to mention servicing all makes and models of furnaces and air conditioners in the Bates, Cass, and Henry County area. Whether you're looking to upgrade to a more efficient equipment like me or need something repaired, give Sherwood Heating and Cooling a call at 816-862-6610.
There is no better way to get in touch with other business owners and potential clients than joining the Harrisonville Area Chamber of Commerce. Come to monthly networking events and grow your business and make new friends. The Chamber is booking now for booths at the Log Cabin Festival October 4th and 5th. So give Bing and the staff a call today and get signed up for all the fun. 816-380-5271.
This is Gary Davidson, and if you're looking for an honest, reliable heating and cooling company, look to where I look, Sherwood Heating and Cooling. Owner David Vogt has 25 years of industry experience and has been in business the last 10 years in Garden City. They are a Carrier equipment dealer and can provide ductwork, design communicating equipment, and thermostats for new homes. Not to mention servicing all makes and models of furnaces and air conditioners in the Bates, Cass, and Henry County area. Whether you're looking to upgrade to a more efficient equipment like me or need something repaired, give Sherwood Heating and Cooling a call at 816-862-6610.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Columbia, Missouri. I'm just going to keep my mouth shut because every time I talk, something happens. Monsoons and everything else. But nevertheless, we are close to kickoff. The coin toss going on right now. Your coin toss brought to you by our friends at Hawthorne Bank. Take some of that extra coin to Hawthorne Bank and start a savings account today. We're ready for the opening kick. And again, we talked about it. Harrisonville got a lot of subs in this week, a lot of second round guys. But, you know, I always talk to Gary about this, and I always say one of the things I always talk about, Jason, is, yeah, it's not best case scenario when it happens, but in the long run it helps you when you're trying to build up those guys and get varsity experience. They're not going to have that shock and awe factor because they're already going to have some varsity experience.
Yeah, and it's against a great opponent as well, you know, on their turf. So, you know, here you go, buddy. You know, go out there and learn right here. You know, throw them in the water and see if they can swim.
And then the other thing I always tell Gary about, you know, people probably concerned 0-3 on the season, one more game and then conference rolls around. They want to be healthy for conference, and you don't win trophies in August and September. They're won in November. So you want to be healthy for your stretch run. If it ends up being that you're 5-4 after 9 games, it looks a little bit different. So we'll see what happens as we are ready for some football action here from Columbia. Me and Jason staying in Columbia all weekend. Going to take in the Mizzou game tomorrow afternoon, probably in the rain.
Hey, let's do it. I'm not scared. Go Tigers.
So we're excited about that, as well as we picked up some Mizzou tickets and just going to make a weekend of it. We're going to stay at one of my friend Brandon Hawkins' house this weekend and just make a weekend of it. So watch out. The voice of the Wildcats is on here and ready to roll for the weekend down here in Columbia. So we're ready for some high school football action. We get ready for the opening kick. Jason, I did not see who won that toss, but it looks like the Cats are lined up to return it here. So Cats will get the ball first. They're going to go from south to north if Gary Davidson is listening in tonight. And battle is going to go from the north to the south or left to right. Will be battle. Battle going to be in their home gray tops, gray bottoms with the gold numbers, the white helmet with the number on the side. And I believe on the opposite side might be the Spartan logo. So Cats have similar on their helmets. They get the blue helmets with the Wildcat on one side, number on the other side. Their white tops with blue writing, and their blue pants with the stripe, the Wildcat down at the side of the pants as we get ready for football. And battle set to kick it away as Garrett Bever going to kick it away. And this one is kicked away, and it's going to be bounced at about the 10, picked up by Reynolds, and Reynolds is into this, down to the races to the 30 and tripped up at the 35, and it'll be a first down for the Cats.
Rose Bostic. Number 25 for the Wildcats on the return.
Bostic. The OSTIC kick return.
Rose Bostic.
First and 10.
So that was who returned the kick?
Yeah, the kick return person.
Okay. So we were ready to go. We got all kinds of new names out here. I'm a hot mess of stuff here tonight. I left my backpack at home. Just one of those nights. It's raining. Cat's going to be under center here. It looks like Crowley going to take the snaps under center. And they're going to hand off to the first man through, and that is Pesic. Pesic going to get about 3. Going to bring up a 2nd and 7 for the Cats as we're underway from Columbia, Missouri and Battle High School.
3-yard gain on the play. Second down and 7.
We got our wet programs here, but we are looking through those. Cat's going to get the play from the side, and I think you're going to see a whole lot of this tonight because for the Cats to stay in this ball game, Jason, they're going to have to shorten the game, and they're in no hurry to get that play from the sideline. You get that 40-second play clock, you run it, and then you get 40 seconds before you run the next play. They can run some serious time off the clock. This time another handoff. Reynolds squirts into the second line and is brought down by his shoelaces. Going to bring up a 3rd and a pair for the Wildcats here. So 3rd and short coming up for the Cats. They need to get to the 45-yard line. They're at their own 43. So a 3rd and 2 coming up for the Cats. Under 11 to go here. Just underway first quarter. No score from Battle High School. Nice facilities up here at Battle. Nice football field here. The only thing we noticed about the football field is there's no markings on the football field besides the actual lines. And this time they're going to hand off in a first down. Pesic almost broke one, but he's going to get a good 5, and he's going to put it up close to midfield, up to the 48-yard line in a 1st and 10 Wildcats.
First down.
We now have video.
So,
We now have video.
we do have video going. That is good.
Jerry's over in his shelter over here.
Yeah, I wish I could. We maybe need to get Larissa to make a video with Jerry in his shelter over here, as it has rained on and off on us here in the early goings. 1st and 10 Cats from their own 48 I formation. 2 wide receivers out right side. Under center is Crowley. And here they go on 1st down, and Crowley had to dive on it. Misconnection there, and that's a problem you'll see probably all night long with a new quarterback in there and a center, that center to quarterback exchange, Jason.
Yeah, I would say so, including with the wet conditions. That's not going to help either. Even being on turf, their gloves, their hands.
Good news
the ball.
that Crowley was able to jump on top of it, though, and it brings up a 2nd and 11. And again, the Cats in no hurry here. They changed the rule this year. They went to a 40-second play clock where it starts right after the ball is down, so the Cats going to take full advantage of that here tonight. 2 wide receivers again out to the right side, I formation for the Cats, and they give it through this time again for Pesic, and he's going to get maybe 3. I put him right close to midfield. They're marking the ball close to it. They're going to go to the 49.5-yard line, so a gain of a couple, maybe 3, 4. So 3rd and long for the Cats from midfield as the clock rolls here in the first quarter of play. Under 9 to go in this first quarter. Crowley looking to the sideline, 15 seconds on the play clock, and the Cats going to go with a back off the end here. Crowley going to go under center. So play clock down to 5. They're going to have to snap it. They do. They get it to Reynolds, and Reynolds misses the hole there. It closed quickly, and then able to wrap up and take down. Brings up a 4th down for the Cats, and the Cats are going to have to punt it away from midfield. So an initial Troby Maytag Home Appliance Center 1st down. I think Troby's first anything home appliances, but the Cats could not get another one, and they're going to have to punt it away here.
Larissa, go ahead and widen now.
So here we go with the punt, and the Cats do get it off. It bounces inside the 20.
Good punt.
Great punt out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. We'll see where he marks it, right about the 9. No, they're going to mark it right at the 10-yard line. Went out of bounds. Great punt. Rolled sideways, which is what a punter wants it to do when it gets inside the 20. Do you want great coverage like on that punt? Then give my friend Brad Sainer with Farmers Insurance a call. He's been there, seen that, covered that. Farmers Insurance in the A-frame across from Casey's. So under 8 to go, first quarter, no score. Battle going to take the field. Harrison Keller, the quarterback. They're going to spread it out. 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. 1st and 10, and they're going to look to pass. Nowhere to go. Carruthers there wraps him up and takes him down. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 14. He was not expecting Carruthers off the end, and Colin Carruthers was right there, and he just took him down.
That was a busted play. His running back actually ran into him and kind of threw him off. But that puts him back deep.
Gary Martin Jr., the running back there with him. They go out of that pistol formation. Now it looks like Martin going to go next to him. So Martin and Keller in the backfield. Wide receiver, 2 of them to the left, 2 to the right. Shotgun formation for Battle, and they're going to go up the middle with it. Martin going to get back to about the original line of scrimmage. Ball out, and Battle going to fall on it as he was knocked down. They're going to mark him at the 10. Looks like they made a called forward progress there. So going to bring up a 3rd down and 11 for Battle. Bringing in another back here. that's not good. Number 3 coming into the ball game.
He is not listed on the roster.
We do not have her on the roster. So they're going to go trips out to the right side. Pistol formation back behind Harrison, and nowhere for him to go. He's going to roll out and try to get a first down, and he's going to get close, and he's going to bounce for it. We'll see where they mark him. I think he might have got it, and it looks like the official is marking. So
wow.
Cats could have got out of there with no damage done as Harrison Keller, the quarterback, took it for a first down. So the thing that has hampered the Cats is those tackles in the open field. It bites them again there on the 12-yard scramble. Cats all over it again and wrap him up, but Keller able to get about 3 or 4 yards as he was wrapped up originally in the backfield. It's like Poisel could not get him down in the backfield, and he was able to get about 3 or 4 yards, and that's something the Cats can't do against a team that can score quickly like Battle.
Well, they're doing a good job collapsing the pocket on him, but the problem is he's squirting through and getting a few yards on him.
So wide receiver out to your left, 2 to the right, and a back off the end on the right side. This time they're going to go with the little pass out in the flats, incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down and 6 for Battle here in the early goings. So 5:43 to go here, first quarter. And Battle has a 3rd down and another big 3rd down coming up for the Cats here. They couldn't get their defense off the field last time. Let's see if they can do it here. So
say the Mike linebacker is just going to be shadowing him right here and watching, make sure he doesn't get another run on us.
So 3rd down and about 7. Going to go in motion. They're going to hand off up the middle, and another first down on 3rd down and long for Battle. Pushes them up to about the 36-yard line. Clock will stop momentarily as they move the chains. Shuffling guys in and shuffling guys out here. 1st and 10. Ball up to the 33-yard line. 2 wide receivers out to your left side. Pistol formation again. Keller in the backfield. Running back behind him. Out of that pistol, and he's looking to throw this time. Goes into the middle of the field, has a completed pass up to midfield, still on his feet, inside the 50 to the 40. Cats struggling to wrap up Stevenson. Finally wraps him up and slows him down before Percival knocks him down. I believe that was Tavian Miller.
Yes.
With the reception, and all the way down into Cat territory, down to the 34-yard line of the Wildcats. Now they're going to go with a pistol formation back behind the quarterback, back to the side, wide receiver to the left, wide receiver to the right, and they're going to go up the middle this time, and about a 7-8 yard gain wrapped up and taken down as Sean Carruthers, Collins' twin brother, knocks him down, brings up 2nd down and about 3. And that was a handoff to 3. Again, we don't have 3 on our roster, so maybe we can get a I'll have to listen for the PA announcer next time to see who that is. So again, that pistol formation, wide receiver left, wide receiver right. They're going to fake the handoff, and a good job Carruthers, but he can't wrap him up, and out of it goes Keller, and he's got a 1st down and more. Cats got to wrap up. They can't do it. Again, they had a sack, and instead it turns into a 15, 20-yard first down right there, Leary.
Yeah, a bunch of arm tackling going on out there, and that's not going to get the job done tonight.
Keller proving that he can break tackles in the backfield. We got a whistle and a timeout on the field. It's an official's timeout. I think that's that water break we get, so we'll take a quick timeout as well. No score, 4:11 to go here in the first quarter.
Every broadcast team has to look good. The 4T's crew is no different. That's why we trust C-Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing to outfit us for each broadcast. Offering full-service screen printing, embroidery, promotional products, banners, and more, they can take care of you. When you're looking for a company to make that next shirt, stop looking and call C-Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing at 660-885-2447 or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
All right, welcome back. We'll have a first down battle in the red zone at the 18-yard line. Jason and I talking in the break there. They've been in the right place, right time. They just got to wrap up and tackle. They've struggled with the tackling. You know, that's something that hampered the Chiefs for the last couple of years under Bob Sutton is they weren't wrapping up and tackling. The Cats just have struggled with that early in this game, and it's hampered them from time to time early on in the season.
Yeah, I mean, there's some broken plays early on in that drive where he kind of scored it through the line there. Then, like right there, we had him wrapped up back there, and there were 2 or 3 Cats that were on him. We just couldn't bring him to the turf.
Little slippery out there right now,
Yeah.
so that could have a little bit to do with it, but Cats just got to work on those open field tackles. We got a wide receiver out to your left, 2 to your right. Pistol formation, Keller going to be in the backfield. 2 running backs with him back there in the backfield with 4:11 to go here in the opening stanza and no score. We talked about a Cats first drive. They're going to take as much time as possible off that clock every time they touch the ball. Battle is going to be trying to score quickly, so we will see how this evens out throughout the game. Keller shouting out to his line what the play call is going to be. Goes back in that pistol with 2 backs flanking him, 1 behind him, 1 to the side of him. He's going to fake the handoff, look to throw, throws it out in the flats again and gets it to about the 15. And now there's 3 Cats wrapping up, taken down, started by the quarterback for the Cats tonight, Carson Crowley, finished off by Percival and Carruthers. Brings up a 2nd down and about 7 for Battle. Keller going to bring his team to the line of scrimmage. He's going to have 2 wide receivers out to his left side, 1 to his right side this time, back behind him in the backfield. Looks like that is Henderson back there. Again, no, that is number 3. And number 3 is going to scamper into the end zone. And I have no idea, I did not hear again who that was. As they're right up behind us, could not quite hear it. It's 6-0 Spartans with the lead. Extra point coming up with 3:26 to go in the first quarter.
The old swinging gate.
You know what, I've seen more and more teams have gone to this wild formation on an extra point. Michigan and Harbaugh started this a couple years ago, and they run this formation where they got three linemen up there, and then they go with a little jump pass, incomplete, and it'll stay 6-0. But they try to trick you there, and then they didn't get it. So it's 6-0. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back right after this.
Looking for a new modern style place for your wedding, one that won't break the bank? We've got good news for you. Harrisonville's newest event space, the Uptown Event Space, is now booking for events for the holidays and next year. Located across from the Old Cass Medical Center, there's ample parking and space for your next big party, complete with private rooms for the bride and groom to get ready, a kitchen area, and a full catering available. It's time to go to Uptown and book your next event today.
All right, welcome back. 6-0 our score. Under 4 minutes to go here, first quarter of play, and we are rocking and rolling from Battle High School in Columbia, Missouri.
Yeah, I mean, that was a guy. There were some opportunities there on defense. I mean, we had them wrapped up a few times in the in the backfield. We just didn't wrap up. We had that one good mass tackle there before they ran that last one in there. But overall, they were in the right places. They just didn't make the tackles.
So I know some folks were texting us a little bit ago. We didn't have video. If you could see where we were working here, you would understand. We have a table out in the rain. We have a table on top of that table protecting Jerry's equipment from the rain. Our mixer is under the table, and we're going back and forth. So we're trying to keep everything dry, get you the video. If it goes in and out, that is your reasoning. And we have a whistle, and it is going to be dead as that one was picked up by Jace Reynolds at about the 10-yard line. Maybe an offside. Looks like it was going to be an offside on the kickoff there, so that'll push them back 5 yards. You know, those are the dangerous ones, Jason, right there is you have to re-kick it. Everybody ran right down there, get a little tired, maybe catch them sleeping this time.
Hey, that would be all right, too. I know which side of the field I want to see him kick it on right here.
So 3:26 to go here in the opening quarter. We have a 6-0 score as Harrisonville trails Battle. But I like the signs I've seen so far of the life of the Wildcats here in the early going.
Yeah, the first drive was good. They moved it down the field. It kind of stalled out there with that fumble.
Bostic is the kick return contestant tonight, and Reynolds going to take it right up the middle and runs right into a wall at about the 30, and that's where the Cats will take possession at their own 30-yard line. Let's see if they can get something started offensively here. Pretty vanilla first series for the Cats, but you got a new quarterback. That's what you want to keep it vanilla pretty early on. Now we'll see if maybe they change it up a little bit, go with a counter, something like that on this drive.
Yeah, I think we're going to be seeing a lot of the same right here. And like we talked about, I mean, they were successful if we didn't have that drop, the fumble, and it kind of stalled that last drive out. I mean, I feel like they were pretty effective running between the tackles.
So we got 3:18 on the clock, first quarter. Cats down 6-0. Carson Crowley brings his team to the line of scrimmage. He's got Pesic and Reynolds behind him in the backfield. 2 wide receivers out right side. And we go with the second series for the Cats, and Pesic going to take it for about 3 yards up to about the 33-yard line. Going to bring up 2nd and 7 for the Wildcats as they go with that fullback dive right there off the bat. Kind of a change up. Years ago, Morgan Salamayo was running back along with Isaac Jordan, and Isaiah Patrick was in there a little bit, and Mateo Gonzalez. We used to call him Thunder and Lightning because you had the thunder of Mateo. He's just going to pound it right in the middle. That's kind of Pesic. And then you got the lightning with the quickness of Jace Reynolds, a little bit like Morgan Salamayo was. Here we go on 2nd and 7. They throw it out to Percival. He's got a catch. Tries to get to the outside. First down yardage for the Cats. We'll see where they mark him out. Going to be about a yard short. Stepped out at the 39, but going to bring up 3rd down and short for the Wildcats.
Nice little move there. Good effort. I thought he got it, but he might have been out of bounds on that far side.
And a nice ball by Crowley right there. That's a hard throw across the way there to a little bubble screen to your wide receiver. So
it's the perfect pass to get them started, though.
Yeah, keeps them honest on the inside. So a 3rd and short coming up for the Cats. 2 wide receivers right side. Crowley going to be under center with his backs in the backfield. 2:28 to go in the first quarter, and a 6-0 battle lead. Here we go on 3rd down, and Pesic is going to have it up to the 41. You only needed 1. He got 2, and that moves the chains, and that's good enough for a Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center first down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances. And the Cats move the chains up to the 41-yard line with 2:15 and counting here in the opening quarter.
I expect to see a whole lot of this tonight, keeping it between the tackles, and every once in a while they're going to, throw a little dump pass or a screen, or maybe they'll sprinkle in a middle screen here before long too.
My father-in-law, Ron Dunham, used to talk about games when he felt there was a mismatch, and we'll get to it after this play. 2 wide receivers out to your right side, I formation in the backfield on 1st and 10 from the 41. And again, they're going to go Pesic. No, it'll be Crowley keeping it himself this time. Little quarterback keeper on the fake. He got about 3. They're going to mark him up to about the 43, so they're going to give him 2 on that. Going to bring up 2nd down and 8. Ron Dunham always used to tell me, he was like, I'd have games that I was in a mismatch when I was a basketball coach. He said, I slowed the ball game down. This is why everybody screams now that they want a shot clock in high school basketball, is because teams can slow it down. Similar situation on a football field here tonight. Harrisonville is going to run the ball. They're going to run it some more. They're going to run it again, and they're going to slow this ball game down. They're going to actually speed up the clock, and they're just going to let this clock eat over and over again as we're down to a minute to go in the first quarter. And here we go. Give it to Reynolds, and Reynolds is going to have a head of steam all the way up to about the 48-yard line. And that's going to bring up 4th down for the Cats. So again, the Cats get a first down.
All right, let's get loud, battle. It's 3rd.
It is 3rd down. I thought it was, but they had 3rd down on the marker across the way and didn't change it from 2nd down. They kept it on 3rd down, so it'll be a 3rd down and 3 for the Cats from their own 48-yard line. The line of gain is the battle 49. Cecil out to your left, out to your right is Percival. I formation in the backfield, under center is Crowley. And Crowley going to hand off for Reynolds, and Reynolds gets past the first down marker into battle territory, down to the battle 46-yard line, and that is good enough for another Wildcat first down. And first downs means Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances, and that'll end the first quarter. And now quick first quarter of action. working right into the Wildcat game plan here.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Down 6-0.
So we'll take a timeout. We'll be back with more after this. You're watching high school football in Fort.
Buying a house is a full-time job in itself. Why not take the work out of finding your dream home? Go see Carol Looney and her staff at American Heritage Realtors today. Locally owned and members of the community, American Heritage is sure to help you find everything you need in a new home. With insight to local schools, parks, and neighborhoods, they'll match you with everything you want for your dream home. So when the time comes to buy or sell, call American Heritage Realtors at 816-380-6161 or visit them today online at americanheritage-realtors.com.
All right, welcome back. 1 quarter in the books. Cats trail 6-0 to the Battle Spartans. We flip-flop sides. Cats now going to go from north to south or left to right. Battle going to go from right to left or south to north here from Battle High School. Right behind Battle High School, we are north and a little bit east of Como for all of those. Know where the 63rd junction is. Take it one exit over to the east and go north and to the east, and you will find Battle High School.
Something like that.
We started pulling out through the kind of in the timbers, kind of like Staley High School up in Kansas City. You turn down a random road, there's nothing, and then boom, there's a big old high school. Or Liberty North is similar in that respects as well. So it's a 1st and 10 Cats at the 46 of the Battle Spartans. They're in battle territory here, and a first down coming up. We await the whistle. The band is still jamming down here for Battle. Small band, but a loud band. We were talking about that beforehand. So 6-0 is our score. And wide receiver to your left, wide receiver to your right. I formation again in that backfield. Percival to the near side, Cecil to the far side. Pesic in front of Reynolds as we await the whistle, and we are ready for second quarter action. And here we go with the handoff. Reynolds knocked around in the backfield, cannot get back to the line of scrimmage. He scrambles forward, though, and tries to get back there. Going to lose about a yard or two. And going to bring up 2nd down and 12.
That looked like the all blitz play on Madden right there, Grammer, because those guys knew exactly what was going to happen.
I saw a good one last night or today on, I think it was last night on Twitter, and there was a breakdown of Jacksonville, and everybody went after the quarterback, and they said, it's just like when you picked the same play in Tecmo Bowl back in the day.
The all blitz.
The all blitz package. So wide receiver to left, wide receiver to the right, I formation for the Cats, 2nd and about 12 from the 48 of the Spartans. And here we go on 2nd down, and this time Crowley going to keep it himself, and he's going to lose even more yardage. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 15. Here's where you got to start working on the passing it in, because they're stacking everybody in the box now. They know what they're going to do, and Battle has been all over those last 2 plays. So now you gotta mix in those plays on 1st and 2nd down. Little short outs,
middle screen right there. They're doing all blitz packages.
So we'll see what happens on 3rd down and 15 here. 10:40 to go in the first half of play. We're into the second quarter. Cats trail 6-0. Cecil going to be flanked out to the right side. Percival to the left side. High formation in the backfield behind Crowley. And here we go on 3rd down, and they're going to hand it to Pesic. And Pesic going to keep his feet moving. Going to get about 4 of it back. And it brings it to about the 47-yard line, and that's where the Cats are going to punt it away. Norris Vance, our punter tonight for the Cats. So Norris had a great first punt, bounced out of bounds at the 10. Getting some instruction here. They're going to snap it back, and Vance going to kick it away. Just bounces end over end inside the 20, inside the 10. Sign him to a contract. Again, inside the 10-yard line. 2 great punts for Norris Vance here in the early going for the Wildcats. It'll bring up 1st and 10 for Battle inside their own 10 at about the 9-yard line. And that's where Keller and company will take control this time. Again, Leary and I talked about it. Jason and I should say Leary. I call him Leary. That's since I've known him for 25 years, and I've always called him Leary. So Jason and I were talking about it. They had a good first series against Keller. They just couldn't bring him down a couple of times, and that extended the drive. 3 wide receivers that way. They're going to go handoff, and into the secondary he tries to get. He cuts back and forth and then tripped up. Too much tippy-toeing out there, and Percival cuts him down. He would have had a first down plus some, but he started tippy-toeing, and the Cats were able to knock him down and bring up a 2nd down and 4.
It's a great open field tackle right there. Way to go out there and sweep his feet from underneath him.
So we're going to have 2 wide receivers to your left, 1 to your right. Saw lightning over in the distance. Hopefully that does not stop our play here. As they go right up the middle again, dive forward close to a first down. It looks like they're going to have enough for a first down. That'll move the chains. So that gets them out of the shadows of their own end zone up to about the 20. They're going to mark it at the 19. It'll be a 1st and 10. Gary Martin joins them back in the backfield. Trying to go with the 2 running back set in the backfield. Wide receiver going to be flanked out to the far side, 2 to the near side. And they're going to go with the handoff a couple of yards, and that's it. Several Cats in on that one.
Coleman is that gentleman's last name, number 3, the running back.
So Coleman, the running back. I'll have to look through here. Do not see him on there. So it'll be Coleman and Keller. Keller and Coleman in the backfield. 2 wide receivers to your far side, 1 to the near side on the left side. Pistol formation with Keller. Coleman behind him in the backfield. And they're going to go option play, and Keller going to keep it himself. He's got a first down and then cut down after a gain of about 10.
He's sneaky fast, man, and he doesn't mind grinding out there either. When he's running the ball, he runs tough.
So another first down up to the 33-yard line with 7:45 to go here in the first half of this one.
Oof.
So here we go, 2 wide receivers. One way, Cats again, a little flip shovel pass, and now Coleman in the secondary. He's going to get close to a first down, cut down on the far side. Percival again, a good open field tackle, brings up 2nd down and about 4, but again, showing that elusiveness, hard to bring down.
That was a little Brett Favre-esque out there because, I mean, we had guys all in his business back there, and he just kind of did a little shovel pass to his running back. Percival, that was another great open field tackle right there because he could have broken that for a big gain.
So they're going to wave the flag off. Wonder if they were wanting maybe.
Just slipped out of his pocket, you know.
Happens every once in a while. Now the NFL officials, they're going to throw it about every play. So we got a wide receiver, 2 to the left, or 1 to the right side, 2 to the left. Pistol formation again for Keller on 2nd and short. Still in their own territory here. Coleman gets it to the outside. Going to have a first down and out of bounds. Trevor Campbell looks like knocked him out of bounds on the far side. Going to bring up a first down up to the 44-yard line. 7:10 to go here in the first half. So a quick moving first half here from Battle High School. Both teams running the ball quite frequently. Out of bounds means the clock will stay stopped this time, though. And again, that pistol formation, going to go tight formation, wide receiver to the left, wide receiver to the right in that pistol this time. Looking to pass. Beavers in there for a blitz, but they can't pick it up. And a first down instead into Cat territory down at about the 37-yard line. So Kyron Beavers almost in there on the sack. Couldn't quite get to him. And instead it'll be a first down for Marietto and the Battle Spartans as they move it down to the 38-yard line. Wide receiver left, wide receiver to the right with the pistol formation. Battle's been moving the ball, but slowly and methodically. They haven't had very many big plays, just enough to get you first downs. And Keller this time going to go a triple option. He's going to keep it himself inside the 30 and inside the 25, lowers his shoulder, stays on his feet inside the 10 for a first down. And again, Cats failing to wrap up, and it'll be another first down, and this one will be a 1st and goal.
Yeah, I mean, they had them 2 or 3 different times. They're just not team tackling. They're not wrapping them up. They're not taking them down. I think the expectations are, they're just giving up on the play instead of going and finishing the play.
So again, Keller with another hard run, and he's been the offense so far for Battle. Pistol formation in the backfield with the 2 backs. And this time they fake the counter, go up the middle with Coleman, and he's inside the 10 to about the 2 with 6:20 to go in the half. And Battle knocking on the door again, already up 6-0 in this one.
Yeah, between the duo, the quarterback and the running back, they both run tough, man. Their knees are getting kicked up there high. They're not giving up easy, that's for sure.
You can tell they're not taking cheat days in the weight room.
No, no.
So here we go again, that pistol formation, just Coleman in the backfield, and
there we go.
Believe there'll be a procedure penalty on, and it was procedure on Battle. That'll push him back 5 yards, bring up 2nd and goal from about the 8-yard line, not quite the 8. So with 5:53 to go here in the first half, Battle trying to get in the end zone again, make this a 2-score game.
Penalty puts the ball back on the 7-yard line, 2nd and goal.
So 2nd down coming up. Go back to that 2-back set out of the pistol now.
I'd watch out for a little screen or a little pass to that little 20 right here, getting him in open space.
Wide receiver left, wide receiver to the right. And this time they go with Coleman again, and the Cats fail to wrap up. See, when you have that quarterback, running back, that option that they run like that where he can pull it back at the last second, you kind of get complacent as the tackler because you're afraid they're going to hand off to one or the other, and they thought they were going to hand off to the running back, and then they let go of the running back, and then they handed it to the running back, and they got him close to the end zone. It'll be 3rd and goal from about the 4. Little floater into the end zone. Touchdown, Battle. Morris Vance on the coverage. Taven Miller with the touchdown makes it 12-0 Battle with 5:05 to go here in the first half of this one. So 5:05 to go here in the first half. 12-0 the score. They'll stay in that formation again, try to go for 2, and they're going to have an open lane to the end zone, and it is 14-0. We'll take a timeout. Cats trail in the first half.
It's important to have a local bank. Sherwood Community Bank is the area's only locally owned bank. It's nice when your local bank is also up with the times and provides you with internet banking and a mobile banking app. We are all so busy, so sometimes being able to jump online or use an app to transfer funds at the click of a button is the easiest way to bank. So go to one of Sherwood Bank's 4 convenient locations in Urick, Creighton, Garden City, or Harrisonville and set up an account today.
And don't forget to download the Sherwood Bank app.
All right, welcome back. 14-0 is our score, and the Cats are trailing. They have got to get on the board here, Jason, to keep this game honest and close going into halftime. Battle going to get the ball at the half, so you don't want another short drive, get the ball over, Battle score again. Next thing you know, coming out of the second half, it could be 28-0 real quick.
Yeah, it could get ugly real quick as I see the lightning crackling off in the distance there. But, yeah, we need to come out right here, punch them in the mouth. Right now, they've come down, and driven right down the field on us 2 consecutive times. Kind of did whatever they wanted to do right there, and then they have that swinging gate play. He just ran into their unscathed, untouched. But as an offensive coach or as a head coach right now, you have a freshman out here that's never taken a snap in a varsity game. You kind of wonder, what can you do right now besides keep handing it off to your fullback and your halfback.
Well, they did end up switching though. It's been Crowley who's a senior, so he's been taking the snaps. But you may wonder maybe the freshman Espen Glenn, maybe he can throw a little bit more, so you never know. Maybe they pop him in there for a couple of throws and see what can happen. So 5:05 to go in the first half. Cats trail in this one. Going to get the ball go from left to right again or north to south. And it is the Sonic kick return contestant Rose Bostic is our contestant. If the Cats return a kick for a touchdown, she will win a $70 Sonic gift card. She gets a $5 Sonic gift card just for playing. If nobody gets it this week, we'll go up $10. It'll be $80 next week. Cats gave away a $90 one last year, so.
Nice.
Yeah, always fun. Sonic always takes care of us on Fridays, one of our great sponsors. Always takes care of us before we head to the games on Fridays with some yummy treats as well. And here we go with the kickoff. High end over end kick. Going to be taken by Reynolds at the 15-20. He had a seam in midfield, and he's got into the secondary to the 50. Can he outrun everybody? The 40, inside the 30, to the 20, to the house. And that is going to be.
Oh, they're calling it at the 5.
Oh, he is out of bounds at the 6-yard line. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds. Rose Bostic was 6 yards away from a $70 Sonic gift card. Oh.
Wow.
Now, I will say this. I wonder if her heart was beating as loud as my wife's heart was beating when Mike Moustakas hit a $1,700 home run for her a couple of years ago in the Sonic Slam contest. Nevertheless, it's first and goal for the Cats. Maybe the big play they needed right there, Jason, to get them back in this game. Only problem now, you don't get to run much clock.
But I'm guessing that'll be the last time he gets to return a kick tonight. We're probably going to see squibs the rest of the night.
He has had a couple. He almost broke the first two as well.
It was wide open up the middle, and then he just turned on the jets.
So first and goal for the Cats from the 6-yard line. 2 wide receivers set. I may even think about a little slant to Percival over the middle right here. Keep that defense honest. Everybody, the middle of the field is going to be wide open as everybody's going to crush a little play action spot to Percival here. And instead they're going to go to Reynolds, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. But, I mean, Jason, you might have saw what I saw there. Yeah. Everybody in the middle of the field is up going for that ball. You go with a play fake here, you got a wide open touchdown to Percival over the middle.
Absolutely. Yeah, like I said earlier, just run a simple middle screen right there, and he's wide open. Release your tight end late, keep him in, maybe chip. But, they're loading up the box. They're saying, hey, do something about it.
So it'll bring up second and goal, a yard loss by Reynolds there. And this time they're going to go alone back in the backfield as Pesic going to be off the end here. On second down, they're going to pitch it back to Reynolds, and Reynolds going to try to outrun everybody in the corner. He dives for 6, and he gets in. Touchdown, Cats. I don't see any flags on the field, and it is a touchdown. That touchdown brought to you by our friends at Young's Tire and Wheel Center. The touchdown of your tires on the pavement is important. Go have your tires checked today at Young's Tire and Wheel Center. So a touchdown makes it 14-6, and the Cats are within 8 here. And I would assume the Cats are going to go for 2 here. And they're going – this formation, too, is the one – there's 7 guys, and they don't know which side they're going to go. They're going to pitch it back. And nice sideways – I like that. They go with the sideways snap there over to Reynolds, and he goes in for 2, makes it 14-8. So Cats within 6. We'll take a timeout.
Want the best deal from the best dealership? Max Motors Ford, right in Harrisonville, Missouri. We make deals the others won't. More for your trade, less for your new one. Worth the drive from anywhere. We will beat any competitor's offer on a new vehicle by $500 or give you $500 and a tank of gas. With a great selection of over 800 vehicles priced at or below dealer cost. Come see why Max Ford in Harrisonville is the easiest place to buy a car. Visit us at the corner of 71 and 291 highways or shop maxford.com. Proud to sponsor our Harrisonville Wildcats.
My son is probably at home dancing right now if he can hear the song in the background. The Get Up by Blanco Brown. We practice this. You've probably seen it on Snapchat. We're practicing.
I've seen all the police, all the police videos. It's pretty cool.
So here we are as we are ready to rock and roll again. Cats are within 6. And if you see the picture on the screen right now, that's Jerry's scenario right now. He's got a table on top of a table covering himself up. So Cats get back to within 6. A quick strike by Jace Reynolds, the sophomore, and then the 2-point conversion where they just picked it up and flipped it over. Like, I liked your explanation of that, Jason. It was almost like a shortstop flipping to second base or a second baseman flipping it, turning 2. Reynolds takes it in for 2. It's 14-8 now. Cats are within 6 with 4:21 to go here in the first half. And the Cats are set to kick off. Kickoff fall with a checkup on your car at Young's Auto Repair today. And we are set for the kick. It looks like Lane Curtis, the sophomore, going to kick it away. High end over and kick picked up at about the 30-yard line up to the 40 and driven down at about the 42-yard line. Hagen Stevenson in there along with Norris Vance. You know, I will say, if I give my MVP for the first 4 games of the year, Norris Vance would be right up there. And the reason I talk about that is they've had to plug him in at cornerback because Colby Knowles has been out injured. They've had to plug him in at kicker now, or punter, because our punter was injured. And he just does what's asked of him. And he's done great punting the ball tonight. He's had some good plays at cornerback. And he's only a sophomore. He's growing. So Norris Vance has had a great first 4 games of the year. Pistol formation, wide receiver to your left, 2 to your right, Coleman behind Keller, and he's going to fake it, and Keller going to go out into the flats and throws it close to a first down. They're going to say he was come down with it. That was Mariotto, and it'll be a 9-yard, well, let's see, it looks like they're marking him close to a first down.
Yep.
So they're going to say it's a 2nd down and short.
Oh, they're moving it forward.
So now they're going to move the chains. First down and 10. So here we go, 1st and 10. And they're going to hand off to Coleman, and he's into the secondary. He's off to the races. He's going to the end zone for 6. And it is 20-8. There's that quick strike capability of the Battle Spartans right there.
Yeah, he's a burner. I knew when he got to the second level there wasn't nobody catching him. Great effort there by number 13, though, by the Cats. He ran clear across the field and almost drug him down.
Well, I talked about Norris a little bit ago. Another one that I should talk about is Bryce Percival, as he's kind of their slot receiver. We talked about him being a Julian Edelman type, get those plays over the middle. Just a smaller guy, and he's been one of those guys that have stepped up for the Cats early in the season with the injuries as well. And now they're going to look to throw, and incomplete, and it remains 20-8. Cats are going to have 3:54 to go in the first half. We'll take a timeout right after this.
Atkinson Funeral Home and Cremation Services have been serving families in the area since 1929. The Atkinsons take great pride in being members of the community. They will soon graduate a 4th-generation Wildcat, and with this kind of commitment to Harrisonville, you know Atkinson Funeral Home will be there for you. As always, they are proud supporters of the Harrisonville Wildcats.
All right, welcome back. Cats down 20-8. Showed a spark with the long kick return. got a chance to score again here, make this a one-possession game before half, Jason. They just got to keep chopping wood.
Absolutely, yeah. The momentum meter, I was kind of feeling good right there after that last series, and then Battle's like, well,
one first down and then a 48-yard run, and they're back up by 2 scores. Only up 12, though, as the Cats got their 2-point conversion. It is 20-8 our score with 3:54 to go in the first half. I'd give a shout-out to Brandon Hawkins, my friend, a little bit earlier. And I also got to announce and talk about Brandon. If anybody in Columbia is listening, he owns Big Cat Lawn and Landscaping out here in Columbia, so give him a call if you need something taken care of on your yard. Now, I'm going to charge him for that later when we get to his house.
Big Cat owes you now.
He does. So here we go. And, ball dropped, but picked back up by the Cats. This is Percival this time, and he's into the secondary. He's to the 40. He's to the 50. Cuts back, spins out of a tackle, into Battle territory, down to the Battle 45-yard line, and there's a flag way back at the 45 here. Oh, wait, that was not a flag. That was the T, I believe. So
yeah, no laundry on the field.
I thought it was a flag here at about the 44, but that was the T, I believe, that bounced over this way. So it'll be Cats ball with 3:44 to go here, first half of this one.
2 returns for 114.
Those last 2 returns, Jerry letting us know. My official statistician not here tonight, so Jerry's doing double duty. 114 yards worth of kick returns those last 2 times. 2 wide receivers set to the far side. I formation in the backfield. 1st and 10 for the Cats. And here we go. Reynolds, and nowhere to go as he's got 6 and 7 guys right there in the middle. And again, I'll be interested to see if they start changing it up a little bit, because the middle is just not there right now. You've got to keep them honest with, like you said, a little middle screen, a little screen to the outside for your running back, maybe a wheel route from your running back, something to keep them off balance, or it's going to be a long night for Jace up middle.
Then, we ran a screen to the left earlier that got us the touchdown. Just something to the outside to kind of open it up a little bit.
So Polk in there now, and he's going to be flanked out to the left side, and the Cats draw him off.
It should be 5 yards to the.
And it is encroachment 5 yards, and that'll bring it up to the 41-yard line, I believe, 40-yard line. So it'll be a 2nd down and about 5 coming up for the Cats. Mark it at 6. They lost a yard on 1st down. So again, that I formation, 2 wide receivers set left side. Under center, it looks like Espen Glenn in there now at quarterback for the Cats. And they're going to hand off, and nowhere to go again for the Wildcats.
2-yard loss on the play.
So 3rd down. And here's the situation that I talk about, though, Jason. It's a 3rd down and long now. Now they're going to expect you to pass. Like, you gotta mix in that pass on 1st down or a pass on 2nd down, because if you don't, they're going to pin their ears back and come after. And now you got a sophomore or a freshman quarterback in there. You're going to bring the house on him. He's going to get happy feet real fast, and that could end up being a quick turnover for them.
Quick slant, screen, something simple. Keep it simple.
So here we go, and Glenn looking to pass, and he's got pressure from the backside. He rolls out, he looks to throw. On the sideline, the freshman completes it down to about the 42-yard line to Andrew Cecil. That's going to bring up 4th down and about 3.
I keep him on the field. It looks like he's going to.
And I like the poise by the freshman there.
That was a great pickup block there by the tailback, too, because they had an outside blitzer coming in. And great job picking up that block, because he was about to get smoked by his blind side right there.
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to toot the freshman's horn. The freshman, you don't see a freshman with his first varsity pass be a rollout, getting chased from behind and put it on the money down on the sideline. That was a great first pass for the freshman. So great job by him. Going to be a 4th down, and the Cats going to talk it over with 1:16 to go in the first half. We'll take a quick one and be right back.
Hi, I'm Lacey Dom.
Hi, I'm Cameron Chenoweth with American Family Insurance.
And as I was saying before I was cut off, I'm Lacey Dominick with Shelter Insurance. As you can see, we're both competitors off the field. However, since we're Harrisonville alums, we both still love the Wildcats and this community.
So if you're looking for hometown insurance from your hometown agent, give me a call, Cameron.
No! Give me a call at 816-380-2700 for a shelter insurance quote today.
Or for the best quote, give me a call at 816-380-3996 for an American Family quote. We know you have options, so we want to team up to give you the best options in insurance.
All right, welcome back. 1:16 to go in the first half of this one. A fourth down key. Fourth down coming up for the Wildcats. They're inside the Battle 40 at the Battle 38-yard line. They need to get to the 34 for a first down to keep this drive moving and to keep that Battle offense off the field. We just had a good third down play from the freshman. Rollout pass complete on the near side to Andrew Cecil. See if the Cats can continue the momentum here. See if they go to pass, see what they decide to do here, Jason.
Makes it third and manageable, or fourth and manageable, I should say, 4th and 4. But, yeah, like you said earlier, you kind of called it. You know, you're bringing in the freshman. He could kind of sling it around the field a little bit. Like we saw in pregame warm-ups, he looked great out there throwing the ball.
And, you know, you see those pregame, there ain't nobody chasing you down. You're like, oh, he throws a good ball. See what he does when he's got somebody chasing him. And he did well there, too. And it looks like they brought back in Carson Crowley, the senior, for this fourth down opportunity. Reynolds, the lone back in the backfield as Pesic is off the end. It looks like they may go with a little sweep to the outside here. And no, they're going to look to pass, and they throw it backside and picked off on the backside as they were ready for it. And there's a flag. It'll be coming back. There was a block in the back way up here at about the 40. But nevertheless, it's still an interception. And there's the inexperience at quarterback right there. I like the play design and play call as you go back door to Reynolds, but the run, or the, I should say, the cornerback for Battle was there and read it all the way as he picked it off, and then there was a couple of blocks in the back on that return, but Battle's got plenty of time with 1:06 to go here in the first half of play.
Gosh darn, that would have been nice to go down and score right there in the half, down by, you know, just one possession. Hopefully we could hold them right here. No big plays.
Definitely don't want a big play, and they're going to take it all the way. That'll take it all the way back to the 31-yard line. So kind of worked out almost like a little short punt, but nevertheless, it'll be ball at the 31-yard line. 2 wide receivers each way for Battle. Keller in the I formation, Coleman behind him in the backfield on a 1st and 10. And he's going to look to throw. He throws it out in the flats. He has his man to the 40 and out of bounds quickly, wrapped up by the Wildcats and taken out of bounds. Norris Vance again on the tackle. We have Norris a little bit of a hard time having those 2 first names instead of a first and a last. That Norris Vance always throws me off. I want to say, hey, Vance Norris. So here we go on first down again. This one's thrown behind the receiver. Bring up 2nd down.
It's the first time the quarterback hasn't looked good tonight. He's had a good game so far.
The last couple of throws been a little bit off. That first down throw was not bad, but not in hitting his guy in stride that it could have been a little bit more.
That looked like either the receiver ran the wrong route or he really just made a bad throw.
So 2nd down and 10 coming up from the 46, 58 seconds to go. 2 wide receivers left, 2 to the right. Pistol for Keller. And Keller going to pass and chased out of the pocket, chased down by Carruthers. Carruthers stays on his horse and out of bounds on the far side. Good coverage by Crowley on the far side. Brings up 3rd and 10 with 50 seconds to go here in the half. You know, if the Cats can hold here and they force a punt, I'd take my chances with a return right now.
I was just thinking that. Yeah, what do you have to lose? Absolutely.
So we have a whistle with 50 seconds to go. The incomplete pass.
Looks like referee timeout.
So we got a timeout by, I guess, the officials here with 50 seconds to go. We'll take a quick timeout as well. Third down coming up.
It's happened to all of us. We buy new tires and a week later we run over a nail. Good news, buy your tire at Young's Tire and Wheel Center and you get free flat repair for the life of your tires. Have a bad tire and need a replacement but you don't want to break the bank? Young's can help you with that as well with a huge...
All right, sorry about that. They looked like they were going to the sidelines and then they came right back out, so one of our great sponsors got cut off there. We'll get back to them in just a couple of minutes. Oh, my stars. That was Young's Tire that got cut off. So we'll go back to Young's and we'll be back after this.
It's happened to all of us. We buy new tires and a week later we run over a nail. Good news, buy your tire at Young's Tire and Wheel Center and you get free flat repair for the life of your tires. Have a bad tire and need a replacement but you don't want to break the bank? Young's can help you with that as well with a huge assortment of quality used tires. So when the time comes for new tires or a replacement, go to the shop that Harrisonville trusts on South Commercial, a stone's throw from Forged by Fire.
When 14 needs tires, they call Young's. Yes!
All right, welcome back. Cats in battle in the first half of this one. 50 seconds to go in the first half. And I'll tell you what, I just keep opening my mouth. I was talking about how quick of a first half we were having when there's about 7 minutes to go in the first half. It was at 7:30. I was like, we're going to be at halftime, 7:45. Here we are almost 8 o'clock, and we're still not at halftime. So a third down coming up. 2 wide receivers your left, 2 to your right. That pistol formation in the backfield, Keller and Coleman. Back there for Battle. Cats trying to force a 3-and-out here and get the ball back.
Swing pass.
Little swing pass out into space. And Coleman got a first down and down the sidelines, out of bounds. Forced out by Carruthers. That was Sean Carruthers on the far side. Goes out of bounds down at the Wildcat 37-yard line. 22-yard run on 3rd and 10. Little swing pass, and the Cats could not wrap him up and take him down. And a 1st and 10 into Cat territory now with 42 seconds to go in the first half of this one. 2 wide receivers left, 2 to the right. And Trevor Campbell chases Keller out, then throws down on the sideline, incomplete. Brings up a 2nd and 10.
It's a good play by the quarterback there, just throwing it away. He didn't have anything down the field. Smart play.
And I'll tell you what, the way they spread the Wildcats out, if I was Battle, I would keep Coleman back there with my quarterback in the backfield, and if I just need to toss it off to him, you get him in space with a running head start. He's shown that he's able to get 15 and 20 yards. And now we got a whistle and a timeout with 35 seconds to go here in the first half. We'll take a timeout as well. We'll be back to wrap up this first half right after this.
What do you look for when you're buying a used vehicle? How about honesty and integrity, along with a reliable vehicle? That's why you should turn to Steve Holland at Holland Auto Sales. Selling reliable vehicles in Harrisonville for 35 years means Holland's will be around when it's time to buy. At Holland's, you get more than a nice vehicle. You get a friend in the car business.
The where the grammars go, Holland's Auto Sales, and ask for Steve.
All right, welcome back. 2nd and 10 coming up. Ball at the 37 of the Wildcats in this one. So we are close to halftime here. Cats trail 20-8. They've been able to shorten up the game a little bit in the first half, but haven't really had the ball much in the second quarter here as they had a long return and a quick touchdown. Battle has controlled the clock the last 7 or 8 minutes of this first half. And I'll talk about that here after this play. 3 wide receivers to your left, 1 to your right. In that pistol formation, Keller looking to throw. He throws it out in the flats. Has his man to the 30, to the 20, inside the 10 for a first down. Norris Vance takes him down. And it'll be a 1st and goal from about the 8. But what I was going to say there, Jason, is when you talk about it, we'll keep it right here. There's another timeout on the field as Battle going to talk it over with 26 seconds to go. But Harrisonville controlled the clock that first quarter and a half. There was about 7 minutes to go in the first half when I was like, wow, it's been a real quick moving first half. It was 7:30. Well, that was almost 17 minutes of game time. The last 7 minutes of game time has lasted us now a half an hour. So that shows you the difference in what happens when you get taken out of your game plan.
Absolutely. They're doing a great job offensively on singling their guys out, putting them in space one-on-one. They're doing what we were talking about that the Cats maybe need to think about doing, getting their guys out in space, simple throws, one-on-one matchups, give them the ball, see what they could do with it, and they've been blocking down the field. If you notice, they've always got somebody on a defender blocking them down the field. It busted for another long play there for number 9. So they've looked good offensively. The Cats just need to hunker down right here, hold them with these last 26 seconds, going to half down 20-8.
And I believe Battle has one timeout left, so they can afford to get tackled in bounds here without having to rush up to the line of scrimmage. But they're going to go with that.
So they got number 9 back in the backfield now, too.
So they got the 2 backs flanking in the pistol formation here. 2 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. And there's a bad snap, and the Cats all over it back at about the 17-yard line. And again, that'll be Battle's last time out here. Now if you're the Cats, you got to keep everything in front of you, Jason. If you can keep everything in front of you, tackle them inbounds, this is going to end the half.
Almost put a quarter defense in back there, you know. Drop everybody back and keep everybody ahead of you.
And if you're Battle, you got to be telling your quarterback, if you're the head coach for Battle, you got to be telling your quarterback, if you don't see anything within the first 3 or 4 seconds, throw the ball away, roll out, and throw it away, because you do not want to get tackled inbounds, trip and tackle, fall to the ground, whatever, because you're not going to get another playoff, and you can maybe attempt a field goal here. I'm assuming, and I know that can get you in trouble a lot of times, but I'm assuming that there's not a kicker for Battle. They've had somebody kicking off, but they've gone for 2 each time they've had the touchdown.
I'd like to meet their punter at some point tonight, that's for sure. I was thinking we'd get to see him a little bit earlier. But, yeah, my guess is they're going to get number 3 in space right here. Number 9, their other wide out. They've kind of had him all over the field tonight. He's a good little player, number 9.
Yeah, Miller
yeah.
Has done a great job for them. Taven Miller.
Another senior. They have 27 seniors on this roster. That's crazy.
2 wide receivers out to the right side, 1 to the left. Pistol formation, Keller and Coleman. Keller the quarterback, Coleman behind him in the backfield with 20 seconds to go here in the half. They put some time back on the clock, it looks like, as well. And now Keller rolling out, and the Cats just kind of spying him, and they throw it incomplete with 12 seconds to go, and that brings up 3rd and goal from the 15. So I like what they did there is they didn't really show much of a rush, and they held everybody back, and they rolled out. And that might be something in the second half we see a little bit more of, like, hey, let's not go with a full blitz or a rush. Let's kind of back off into space and make them try to come after us.
And they had a linebacker mirroring the quarterback, so he knew he couldn't run in for a touchdown there either.
So it looks like Johnson in the backfield as well. They're going to hand off to number 3, and he's not going to be able to get anywhere. Cats are going to hold. And there's a quick whistle. I thought that was the 3rd timeout while ago of Battle, but
apparently not.
They've got 1 more to go here. Maybe they wanted to get it in the middle of the field to attempt a field goal on 4th down here.
That looks exactly like what they were doing right there, but I thought they were out of timeouts too. But nevertheless, we may get to see a place kicker right here.
And I must have miscounted one of our timeouts for one of theirs, because I am almost sure that was their 4th timeout. But like I said, I could have been wrong before. I've been wrong before.
Got my guy Anthony Mayorga, my neighbor in Smithville, listening in and watching tonight. Look at that. We got Smithville Warriors watching and listening to Wildcat football. Grammer, how about them apples?
Yeah, and I would venture to say, coming into this game, a lot of people didn't think they gave much of a shot to Harrisonville. Probably some people around looking at the score at halftime or close to half here thinking, wow, Harrisonville hanging in there. And I've said it from the outset this year, this is a different team than it was last year that started 1-3. They're scoring points. They're more confident. And it looks like, are we going to have a...
Yeah, number 99, so.
We're going to have a kick here. As I flip back here, and it's Garrett Beaver going to try the 30-yard field goal, and they were just trying to get him straight on, and that's what they're going to do here. He's got an attempt, a 30-yard field goal to go to the half. The kick is down, the kick is up, the kick is good, and it's 23-8, and not quite. All the time went off of the and hey, I don't want to kick if I
oh, they're not kicking deep right here. There's no way.
Now the only crazy thing about that is now you have to kick off. You don't want to kick out of bounds either, as if you kick out of bounds, that's going to give a free play to Harrisonville.
Yeah, they're just going to squib it right here, make the tackle, and go into half.
The most important part of that is it's still a two-possession game at 23-8.
Yeah.
It's a 15-point game going into half. Now Battle will get the ball to start the second half, but the Cats will have one last little shot at it, and I'm going to, agree with Jason here and say they're probably not going to kick this one deep.
No, both returners have looked good tonight. Like our wonderful assistant over here pointed out, I think, 120 yards kick return yardage so far tonight.
And that was on the two big ones there.
Yeah.
One ended in a penalty as well. So getting ready to kick it away here. Percival and Reynolds are back deep. And they struggled on kick coverage last year against us, and I'll be surprised if they don't kick it deep. And they do a little squib, and they're going to kick it all the way back, and Percival can pick it up from the 20, see if he can get some running room, and he does to the 30, to the 40. Down the sideline he goes, and he's going to be tripped up from behind inside the 40 at the 35-yard line. Another good return by the Cats, and that'll send us into the half. Your score, 23-8. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with halftime after this.
Insurance doesn't have to be a bad word, especially when all the insurance you need is under one roof. Auto, commercial, life, health, farm, or crop insurance, they have you covered. With a lineup like that, they are sure to be the team covered. So instead of dreading a call to get an insurance quote, call the team that will line up with the best of them. The team at Stafford & Stafford Insurance, located on Commercial across from Holland's Auto Sales.
One of the scariest things to do is to take your car to a mechanic. No reason to be scared when you have the best mechanics around right here in Harrisonville. Colby and the crew at Colby's Car Clinic are all ASE certified mechanics with the latest equipment to keep your vehicle running smoothly year in and year out. So don't be scared. Go to Colby's Car Clinic and take the fear out of getting your car fixed. Give Colby a call at 816-380-3000 or go see them in the big blue building behind O'Reilly's. There is only one place in Harrisonville that you can see every Wildcat game, home or away, on the big screen. That's at Forged by Fire. If you're unable to make the journey to the game, stop in and watch the game with fellow Wildcat fans. Check them out every other night as well during the week with nightly specials and a full menu that is sure to make your mouth water. Forged by Fire is Harrisonville's premier restaurant. And remember, it's your Friday night Wildcat headquarters before, during, and after the game.
What is greater than 1? 2! That's right, now Show Me Auto Mall has 2 locations to serve you. One in Harrisonville and the north location in Belton. Chances are, that means the quality of used vehicle you are searching for is going to be at one of their 2 locations. With several financing options available, Show Me Auto Mall will get you in the vehicle you want without breaking the bank. So when it's time to trade that vehicle in, go see the gang at Show Me Auto Mall and let them show you the Show Me difference.
You need multiple things for a project at home, but don't want to go all over the city to find it? You need to go see Tom and Lonnie Cook at the 38,000 square foot Trade Fair Mall. Over 200 booths with Amish-made jelly, new and used furniture, antiques, toys, and a little bit of everything you can think of. Harrisonville's Trade Fair Mall can be your one stop for everything. Whether it's your first time to Harrisonville or you have been here for years, the trade fair is definitely a see it to believe it type of place, right across the street from Sutherland's.
What is one of your most precious commodities these days? Time. With kids' events, family events, and everything in between, time is precious. So why drive hours and spend an entire day to save $20? Shop local and find your home appliances right in Harrisonville at Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center. They deliver and can service any issues that can arise. By doing that, you're putting money right back into the community. So stop wasting family time and go see the staff that treats you like their family at Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center on Plaza Drive, right behind Hawthorne Bank.
You need multiple things for a project at home, but don't want to go all over the city to find it? You need to go see Tom and Lonnie Cook at the 38,000 square foot Trade Fair Mall. Over 200 booths with Amish-made jelly, new and used furniture, antiques, toys, and a little bit of everything you can think of. Harrisonville's Trade Fair Mall can be your one stop for everything. Whether it's your first time to Harrisonville or you have been here for years, the trade fair is definitely a see it to believe it type of place, right across the street from Sutherland's.
Well, it's football season, so that means cold weather is not far behind. It's time to drive on over to Young's Auto Repair to get your car ready for the winter. Flush the radiator, get an oil change, and make sure the heater is ready to keep your family comfortable all winter long. If something else may ail your car, bring it in. Let Young's diagnose the problem, get you back on the road. Young's Auto across the road from Young's Tire on South Commercial Street.
You need multiple things for a project at home, but don't want to go all over the city to find it? You need to go see Tom and Lonnie Cook at the 38,000 square foot Trade Fair Mall. Over 200 booths with Amish-made jelly, new and used furniture, antiques, toys, and a little bit of everything you can think of. Harrisonville's
Everyone needs a kickstart at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So go see the team at Sonic of Harrisonville to kick away those afternoon blues with an ice-cold soda full of caffeine to kickstart that energy. The best part, 2 to 4 p.m. is happy hour, so you can kick away the cobwebs for half price. And while you're at it, don't forget to grab an afternoon snack with some cheesy bites or jalapeno poppers. Also, go to the4ts.com and sign up for the Wildcat Kick Contest. So kick away those afternoon blues and get to Sonic today.
Event spaces come in all shapes and sizes. Finding the one that is just right can be a hassle. Not anymore. The Dickey Cottage is perfect for those extra large family gatherings, birthday parties, baby showers, and more. With a large kitchen to use, a giant dining room for everyone, and a living room area with a big screen, there is sure to be room for everyone to relax and feel right at home. So the next time you need a venue that is just right, call Sonia at 816-925-0588 and book your date today. The Dickey Cottage, the venue place.
Everybody loves the old-fashioned drive-in. Well, guess what? Susie Q's has opened up in the Old Peculiar Drive-In location, across from the Frog Barn and Peculiar. Go in, get the signature Susie Q, you know, the one that's so big they barely fit in the basket. While you're at it, at the Tenderloin. So next time you think, man, I wish I had an old drive-in, remember, there's one 5 minutes up I-49 in Peculiar at Susie Q's.
All right, welcome back. Your score at the half, 23-8. The Wildcats trail, I should say, the Battle Spartans in this one. And, you know, Jason, it's been an interesting first half. You know, the Cats tried to shorten the game. They did a really good job of it for a quarter and a half, and then turned around and Battle was able to control the last 7 minutes of it and turned what was going to be about a 35-minute first half into an hour and 15-minute first half.
Yeah, I mean, Battle's pretty much done what they've wanted to do tonight. I mean, we really haven't, besides that first drive there where we kind of were hanging in there defensively, but I mean, the second part of the first half there, I mean, they pretty much took the top off a few times, and the running back, that number 3, he kind of did what he wanted to do. Then they started throwing the ball around the field as well. Defensively, the Wildcats are kind of scrambling, wondering, you know, what are we doing right now?
And I liked the way they played defense that last 3 or 4 plays where they pulled everybody kind of off. They didn't go with the hard rush. They kind of had a spy on the quarterback, and that seemed to slow them down a little bit. So we'll see if we see a little bit more of that in the second half. Right now, it's your halftime show brought to you by Susie Q's Drive-In in Peculiar. Nothing half about your portion size at Susie Q's. Grab a basket of Susie Q's and a Tenderloin today. So we are at half, and, I saw some things I liked out of the Cats in the first half. Offensively, we didn't really see much from the Cats, and a little bit of that had to do with the short field on the one, and they've just got to do a better job. They got some initial first downs, but weren't able to make much more on drives out of it. I liked the way that Espen Glenn looked throwing the football as just a freshman. I liked the way they tried to change it up in that second quarter. I liked the play call that Crowley got intercepted on. Just that was inexperience at the quarterback position, not to see that guy just sitting there waiting in center field for you to throw that pass. And there's some goods to take out of that first half. So we'll see what kind of adjustments the Cats can make as we get closer to and go to second half.
Yeah, I mean, here we are. We're down 2 possessions. I truly feel like the Spartans offensively dominated that first half. They did whatever they wanted to do, passing the ball, running the ball, running it inside, quarterback runs, whatever they want to do. So I'm kind of curious to see what kind of changes we made defensively, like you were just speaking to that defensive set we were, in that goal line situation to kind of keep them more contained.
And, I talked about it too. I talked about, this game in the grand scheme of things doesn't mean anything at all. But at the same time, I sit here and think, do we go back into the old Fred Bouchard bag of tricks and maybe come out and start the second half with a little onside kick? Maybe catch them sleeping, you can get a touchdown and you're back within 1 score game? Or, do you keep that in your back pocket for week 8 or 9 when you're maybe playing somebody that for a meaningful conference game? So a lot can be done here in the second half. There's a lot of football left to be played, and that's a good thing. So we're going to take another timeout. We'll be back with more on your halftime show brought to you by Susie Q's Drive-In in Peculiar. We'll be right back after this.
At Farmers, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a swing set standoff. And we covered it. July 1st, 2015. Talk to Farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are Farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Farmers Insurance, Bradley Sainer, in the A-frame at 1808 North Commercial Street in Harrisonville.
When it comes to your vehicle's maintenance, we know you have plenty of options. Sometimes so many options can make it hard to find an honest, reliable automotive shop. That is where Quality Auto Service and Repair comes in, with a commitment to providing customers with honest, quality service at reasonable prices. Our technology and expertise provide you with the best car care imaginable. We take pride in diagnosing your vehicle correctly and getting you back on the road quickly. We are family owned and operated since 1995. For an appointment, call 816-380-7267. Quality Auto Service and Repair, building relationships through automotive service. It's who the Davidsons trust for auto repair.
Does your lawn need some TLC? Owned and operated by 3 generations of Wildcats, Held's Turf Farm is your local stop for sod and topsoil since 1971. Whether you need 1 roll of sod, 1 scoop of dirt, or a whole truckload, we have you covered. A new home in your future? Give us a call at 816-540-2020 and set up a quote for new sod installation. Held's Turf Farm is located between Harrisonville and Pleasant Hill and is open 8 to 5 weekdays and 8 to noon on Saturdays.
All right, welcome back to the Susie Q Halftime Show, and it is now time for some soccer seconds here at halftime. And the Wildcat Soccer Seconds brought to you by our good friends over at Schroeder Chiropractic. They got your back. And looking at the Wildcats soccer team this last week, it's been a great week for the Wildcats as they defeated Pius 2-0. They also defeated Odessa 3-0 to move their MRVC record to 3-0 and 5-1-1 overall. And then they went down and beat Carthage last night. They lost to Carthage last night by a count of 2-1 and are 5-2-1 on the year, and they were headed down. JV was headed to a tournament this today and tomorrow down in Sedalia. So that is our Soccer Seconds, brought to you by our good friends at Schroeder Chiropractic. We got about 15 minutes or so before we get, about 10 minutes or so. I don't know where I got 15. I can't count. But we are going to take a quick timeout, and we will come back and talk about our Spirit Spotlight. And we are still looking for a sponsor for our Spirit Spotlight this season. So if you would like to come on board, give us a call, and we will talk about our cheerleaders here. Our three that we're going to talk about tonight. First, we're going to talk about Kaylee Caldwell. She's the daughter of Mike and Tammy Caldwell. This is Kaylee's third year at HHS Cheerleader. Her favorite thing about cheering is seeing the younger kids look up to her while in her uniform. Her favorite teacher is Mr. Bliss because he has been there when I've struggled but also helped me grow. Coach T loves how adaptable Kaylee has been as a cheerleader and respects her never-give-up attitude. She has had to overcome some physical setbacks these past few years, but her spirit has always been strong. The next featured cheerleader is Cameron Setzer. She's the daughter of Dennis and Amy Setzer. This is Cameron's third year as a HHS cheerleader, and she has been on varsity all 3 years. She's an assistant captain this year. Her favorite thing about cheerleading is spending time with her best friends. Her favorite teacher is Mr. McInnes because he always has a good time in class. Shout out to Business Tech Coach T. Loves Cam's positive attitude and her ability to take charge of a situation. She is an amazing leader and a trusted friend to everyone on the team. And also a part-time business owner, as she has the boutique over at our good friends at Artisan on Wall. She has a little boutique in there, sells clothes. So go see Cameron over at Artisan on Wall. I'm just giving everybody shout-outs on tonight. The next one is Josie Anderson. She's the daughter of John and Dawn Anderson. This is Josie's third year HHS cheerleader. Her favorite thing about cheering is getting the fans pumped at the game. Her favorite class is astronomy with Mrs. Roney, because she makes it fun even though it is hard. Coach T is proud, Josie, of all she has overcome. She has not been able to fully participate for some time now, but she never lets it stop her from being one of the best cheerleaders on the team. She's a role model to others that face adversity. We are blessed to have her in our program. And again, that is our Spirit Spotlight here at halftime. Remember, we're looking for a sponsor to continue that all season long, so feel free to give us a call. We're going to take another timeout. We'll be back with some second half action here after this. Cats trail 23-8 at the half.
We've all been there before, needed to deposit a check in our account but nowhere near our bank. That's where Hawthorne's Bank's mobile banking comes in. Simply open your mobile banking app, take a picture of the check, and presto, the check's been deposited. Hawthorne Bank has the big bank convenience with small town roots. So if you want a friendly, quick, and convenient service in a hometown bank, go see our friends at Hawthorne Bank next to Troby's on Plaza Drive.
Every team has the same characteristics, including having each other's back. That's the motto the team at Schroeder Chiropractic lives by. With 2 chiropractors, 3 therapists, and an amazing office staff, they got your back. They will take care of your aches and pains and have you feeling like new in a warm, family-friendly environment. Schroeder Chiropractic has the community's back as well, being actively involved in bright futures in Harrisonville youth sports. Whether it's aches and pains or getting involved in the community, Schroeder Chiropractic has your back.
This is Gary Davidson, and if you're looking for an honest, reliable heating and cooling company, look to where I look, Sherwood Heating and Cooling. Owner David Vogt has 25 years of industry experience and has been in business the last 10 years in Garden City. They are a Carrier equipment dealer and can provide ductwork, design communicating equipment, and thermostats for new homes. Not to mention servicing all makes and models of furnaces and air conditioners in the Bates, Cass, and Henry County area. Whether you're looking to upgrade to a more efficient equipment like me or need something repaired, give Sherwood Heating and Cooling a call at 816-862-6610.
There is no better way to get in touch with other business owners and potential clients than joining the Harrisonville Area Chamber of Commerce. Come to monthly networking events and grow your business and make new friends. The Chamber is booking now for booths at the Log Cabin Festival October 4th and 5th. So give Bing and the staff a call today and get signed up for all the fun. 816-380-5271. Every broadcast team has to look good. The 4T's crew is no different. That's why we trust C-Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing to outfit us for each broadcast, offering full-service screen printing, embroidery, promotional products, banners, and more. They can take care of you. When you're looking for a company to make that next shirt, stop looking and call C-Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing at 660-885-2447 or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Looking for a new modern style place for your wedding? One that won't break the bank? We've got good news for you. Harrisonville's newest event space, the Uptown Event Space, is now booking for events for the holidays and next year. Located across from the Old Cass Medical Center, there's ample parking and space for your next big party, complete with private rooms for the bride and groom to get ready, a kitchen area, and a full catering available. It's time to go to Uptown and book your next event today.
It's important to have a local bank. Sherwood Community Bank is the area's only locally owned bank. It's nice when your local bank is also up with the times and provides you with internet banking and a mobile banking app. We are all so busy, so sometimes being able to jump online or use an app to transfer funds at the click of a button is the easiest way to bank. So go to one of Sherwood Bank's 4 convenient locations in Urick, Creighton, Garden City, or Harrisonville and set up an account today.
And don't forget to download the Sherwood Bank app.
All right, welcome back. Your halftime show has been brought to you by Suzy Q Drive-In. There's nothing half about the portions. Go grab a basket of Suzy Q's and a tenderloin today. I want to give a big shout out to everybody back at Forged by Fire Kitchen and Tap House watching tonight on 4T streaming on YouTube. We always usually have a big crowd out there, so shout out to everybody back at Forged by Fire listening along and watching along tonight. As we have had some fun so far here. Cats down 15 at the half. Run through some halftime adjustments brought to you by Uptown Event Space. Booking for the holidays in 2020 now. And Jason, you know, halftime adjustments, you got to keep them honest on defense. So you're going to have to mix in a little bit more passing, okay? And then the second thing is you're really going to have to wrap up and play better defense. That was the one thing that hurt the Cats is a lot of missed open field tackles.
Yeah, it seemed like our defenders were in the right spots, including on those first few drives. We just weren't wrapping up and group tackling. You know, we had them where we wanted them on several plays defensively there on the first few drives. Matter of fact, we had him sacked a few times, and he just kind of squirted through the line and broke the tackles because we were arm tackling. We weren't wrapping up.
So we are set to kick off. Lane Curtis going to kick it off here at halftime. And I didn't hear back from Angela and the kids, and I was like, oh, we thought we were maybe off the air and we're still on. She goes, yeah, we're still listening. And they're playing measure. They're walking around measuring everything in the half. And
oh, there you go. They didn't get it 10 yards, though.
Oh, they tried the onside kick. I said it before the half. They must have been listening to us in the locker room, Jason. I said maybe you try an onside kick at halftime. After halftime, it just didn't quite go the 10 yards they needed it to go.
No, it only went about 4 or 5.
So it will be battle ball at the Wildcat 46-yard line.
Battle ball. But you know what? What do you do?
Yeah,
what do you do?
You try it out, and it didn't quite work, but nevertheless, I like it.
Like the call, yeah.
So
just have to execute that. At least give your team an opportunity to get the ball.
You can go empty backfield to start things off in this second half. 2 wide receivers out to the left, 3 to the right. Empty backfield, Keller. And now he's going to get a man in motion. Coleman going to come behind him. They're going to pitch it back to Coleman. He's going to try to get in space, but Trevor Campbell, nice open field tackle. Trevor Campbell says, you're not going anywhere, and takes him down in a loss of 4. Going to bring up 2nd down and 14. You know, I may have to work on getting a 3-man booth going. Get a 3-man booth going here in the next couple of weeks. I'll talk about that after this one. They go 3 wide receivers out to the far side. They're going to throw it out into space to the far side, and there's Miller. He's going to get back past the original line of scrimmage and out of bounds at the 39. But, you know, a three-man booth would be good. We get Jason up here. We got Jason up here, and then we put Gary up here too, and we got the stats. We got everything going on.
You just need me for my looks, Grammer. That's all that is. But once again, here we go with another screen pass. Great downfield blocking by the receivers. I mean, that was well executed again by Battle.
So third and 8 at the 39. Yeah, I think it's probably 4-down territory for Battle, just inside the 40 of the Cats. And here we go. Pistol formation, looking to pass. He's going to throw it over the middle, tipped at the line of scrimmage, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and about 8.
I'm guessing we still won't see who the punter is.
And a 4th down coming up here to start for Battle. It's going to be a big play right here starting off.
Throwing into the wind right here. Yeah, 4-down territory.
So, again, it looks like they're going to give that same look they did on 1st down, and maybe they're going to try to see if they go in motion again with Coleman from the left to the right side. 2 wide receivers to your left, 3 out to your right side, and they're going to stay that way, and they go in the shotgun. He's going to chuck it deep.
Oh, wow.
He's got a man, and incomplete. No flags on the play.
There we go.
And the Cats get that turnover on downs, and they're going to have solid field position at the 39, at their own 39-yard line. So they got the 3 and out, which was a 4 and out, what they needed.
Kind of a weird play call right there. They called all goes.
And I was just going to say that as we were kind of looking at each other perplexed. You know, don't fix what's not broken, you know, and they've been able to get guys in space on those screen passes. Why not try that? They didn't try it, and it'll be Cats ball. I believe that's Espen Glenn under center, wide receiver left, wide receiver right, and they're going to hand off to Reynolds, and Reynolds has got some running room up to the 45-yard line. A 6-yard gain on 1st and 10. Ball up to the 45. So this is a big series for both squads here. You know, Battle hasn't really been in many ball games. They were up 21-0 on
last week,
and they ended up winning 21-14. It ended up being a 1-score game at the end. But Harrisonville battling here, down 15 with 10:40 to go in the first part of the third quarter, I should say. Wide receiver left, wide receiver right. Under center is Glenn. He's got Pesic and Reynolds behind him in the backfield. Cecil to the near side. They're going to go to Reynolds. And Reynolds, shifty back he is, gets a 1st down to midfield. Another gain of 5 on this one. And it is a 1st down Wildcats. That's another Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center 1st down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances. So 1st and 10 at midfield for the Cats. 10:15 to go in the third. Cats trail 23-8, but got a stop and a turnover on downs the first series for Battle, and a chance to make this a 1-possession game. Cecil going to be flanked out left side. Right side is Percival. Glenn under center. And he's got Pesic and Reynolds behind him in the backfield on 1st and 10 from midfield. And there's a jump, and that'll make it a 1st and 5. That's the second time that end on the far side has jumped. He did it in the first half as well. And it's going to bring up a 1st and 5.
That'll slow down a pass rush real fast.
and that'll pull a guy out real quick too. Immediately he comes off of the field here after his second offside. That was Toby Cox that called for the offside. It'll be 1st and 5 down to the 45 now of Battle. Wide receiver left, wide receiver to the right. Under center is Glenn. So here we go on 1st down, and Reynolds again, patient running, 1st down and a couple more, all the way down to the 38-yard line, a 7-yard gain.
He was spinning the whole way as he was running. I don't know how you tackle that. That's incredible.
And a 7-yard gain and another Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center 1st down. Think Troby's first, you think home appliances. And I like this patience there. You notice he's being a little more patient with the run as he's, you know, I don't like to use NFL guys because we're talking high school kids, but Le'Veon Bell is a very patient runner. And he did that time. He kind of slowed up and found his hole and then hit the hole quickly. 1st and 10 down to the 38-yard line. And here we go on 1st and 10. Reynolds gets back to the line of scrimmage and is taken down immediately. And going to bring up 2nd down and 10. So they're going to say it's a loss. About a yard loss brings up second down. Polk, I believe, was coming off the field there. Drayden Polk. Something maybe wrong with the helmet, not sure. On the far side, it's going to be second down and 11. Percival to the far side. Cecil to the near side. Under center is Glenn. I formation in the backfield with 8:25 to go here in the third. And the Cats give a handoff to Reynolds, and Reynolds tries to get to the outside. He's got a man down to the 10, to the 5, but it's coming back. Cecil tried not to do it, but he got caught, and that'll be coming back. It's going to negate about a 35-yard gain. And sometimes you get caught up as a receiver when the guy, you just run right into the guy. You can't slow yourself down. So this will bring up second and about 20, being a spot foul here. So,
but there we go, going back out to the outside like a jet sweep or a speed sweep. I mean, it's been there the few times we've ran it to the outside. I mean, he has those jets. That'll loosen the middle up.
And I'll be interested to see now, you know, what you do. You got to feel you're in 4-down territory regardless, as the original line of scrimmage was a 38-yard line. So, you know, see what you can do on second down. You got 3 downs here. But I like a pass on this down just to try to make it honest on a third down where you can run maybe a draw or something on a third down in 11 or 12. So 2 wide receivers set to the far side. Espen, Glenn under center, and right up the middle they go, and nowhere to go for Reynolds. Brings up a third down and long.
I'm waiting for one of your grammarisms. Do you know a town to the north and a town to the south? Because normally the third and longs you –
It's third and just outside of Jeff City.
Okay. That's weak, by the way. I expected a little better out of you tonight.
I got a better one for you. It's third and just outside of Ashland.
Okay.
That is halfway between here and Jeff City. How about that?
That's respectable.
So here we go on third and long. Glenn again under center. Switch sides with a tight end. Wide receiver left, wide receiver to the right.
Well,
and they're going to go with a handoff again. They try to come to this near side, nowhere to go, and it'll bring up fourth down with 7:21 to go here in the third quarter. And the Cats are going to punt.
2-yard gain on the play. Fourth down.
Only thing I didn't like about that series when you get into second and long.
4th and 17 for the
Glenn has showed he can throw the football. So, you know, give him a shot. Give him a couple of shots there. I mean, you're not going to be any worse off unless he was to throw a pick six or something.
And we've only got 7 minutes and 21 seconds with wind at our back, too.
Absolutely.
Keep that in mind. What do we got here? Official timeout.
Well, Brody Rogers, I'm not real sure where Brody was, or if he was hanging out on the bench, or
getting a little Gatorade action going.
So Rogers was on the near side here, and he goes back to the far side. Pesic going to come onto the field for Brody.
Got evicted from the battle sideline.
I mean, and now Pesic is going to come off the field. Cats, I'm not real sure what we. So here we go. Norris Vance kicks it away and didn't quite get the
good
kick he wanted, but it's still going to roll inside the 15 and roll dead at about the 11.
He might have kicked that off of somebody. That got deflected at the line of scrimmage, I'm guessing.
And I guess the rush was a little quicker than he thought, because when he threw that up, he like threw the ball up in the air to kick it. It reminded me of Chase. They've got Chase punting and kicking this year. And it reminded me of Chase's first game. He was punting. It was his first punt he's ever attempted in a game. And it was a bad snap. So he was off to the side, and he had to run to kick it real fast. And he did the same thing. He kind of threw it up in the air and kicked it, got it downfield. But nevertheless, I had to chuckle at that because that's kind of what it reminded me of, is he just was like, whoa, I got to get rid of it. But again,
the results are there.
The results were there. Down inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 battle from their own 12-yard line. So, you know, they're hanging around. One big play away from really turning the tide in this game. You can get a turnover here.
We had the big play. It got called back.
That is true. We had a big play in the first half, but Battle answered with their own big play back the other way. So now the Cats pinning them deep. They have not been able to keep them deep in their own territory. Battle's been able to extend the field and make these long fields real short, real quick. Harrisonville could keep it in this end here. They could maybe get a big play. You know, this is where one of those little backdoor screens, if you're sitting back and waiting for it, you might be able to pick that off and run it right into the end zone. So
yeah, absolutely. And too, the defense is coming back onto the turf right now, onto the field, thinking, hey, we just stopped these guys. You know what I mean? That goes a long ways.
And a team that has scored 48, 59 and 28 or 21 in their games. You know, that's
against
good.
a tough Rockbridge team last week.
21 against Rockbridge last week, but then in the 50s against Smith Cotton, and then in the high 40s against University High out of St. Louis. So it's a 1st and 10, ball at about the 13-yard line, I believe is where they're going to mark it. Hard to tell that. It looks 12 to the 12 to me. I think that's where it is, about the 12. So 7:11 to go here in the third. 23-8 the score. Coleman with Keller in the backfield. Keller works out of that pistol formation with Coleman behind him. He's got a wide receiver to his left, 3 to his right. Cats in that 3-4 defense. Looking to throw it out in the flats, and they do. And incomplete out in the flats. And it'll bring up 2nd and 10. And, you know, Jason, and as soon as I say this, something will happen because this is just how the night's gone. I said looks like it stopped raining.
Yeah,
it rained.
Watch what you're about to say here.
I was going to say, I don't feel like Keller looks like the same quarterback in the second half as he did in the first. He looks a little out of sorts and just not as crisp as he was in the first half.
They just, as a team, they don't seem as focused as they were in the first half. They're not as sharp for sure.
So they go back to that 2-back set wrapped around the quarterback.
Reset the game clock or what?
Yeah, they put it down to 25 here. Be 2nd down and 10 with 7:02 to go in the third. Keller has Coleman with him in the backfield and back off his end as well. And they're going to hand it off to Coleman. And he was in traffic, tries to get out of traffic, and the whole pack and host of Wildcats there to stop him. Brings up 3rd down and about 6 for Battle here. Spartans would like to get a 1st down and extend this drive. Cats looking for their 2nd 3 and out of the half to start it.
Big 3rd down right here.
Coleman behind Keller in the backfield. 2 wide receivers to his left, 2 to his right. And here we go on the pistol. He's looking to throw, and he's flushed from the pocket. And Rogers almost there. Docks it down. I believe Rogers got it tipped, and it's incomplete. And Battle is going to have to punt. So 2 good defensive series by the Cats here into this one.
Do they have a punter on their team?
Here we go. Jason is excited. This has been Jason's excitement.
I'm looking for a number I haven't seen yet tonight.
48. I'm going to say 48's going back there.
There he is. What's the name?
Would you believe me if I told you he's not on the roster? Rose Bostic is our Sonic kick return contestant tonight. And now he's going to get some help, maybe. Well, I don't know that they do have a punter, Jason, because they were kind of talking to each other back there. If the Cats return this kick for a touchdown.
Oh, false. They got me moving back 5 more yards.
So that'll help the Cats as well as a delay a game penalty. Or no, false start. Looked like a delay game. False start could have been either one. But this is dangerous territory here. Rose, get ready. You might get a $70 gift card from Sonic if the Cats return this for a touchdown.
She deserves it after that one kick return.
And a short field for a return here. If it's a bad punt, if Reynolds or Percival can catch it on the fly and on a full run. And there's a high end-over-end kick, and it's going to bounce. And it will take a bounce. I'm not real
He
sure.
can't do that. That's a penalty.
I'm not real sure what he was doing there as Trevon Hicks decided to play hacky sack with the ball.
Yeah, that was weird.
And
I'm guessing he's getting an earful right now from his coach. They're just not as sharp in any aspect here in the second half. It's almost like they went into halftime and
we're up a couple
turned
scores.
on some tunes and relaxed, and they're put in cruise control here in the second half, but we still have a ball game right here. I'm not even sure what penalty that is.
Well, I'm not real sure why they marked it all the way back at our 49.
Is it a spot foul?
Well, it was first touched. The ball was touched right there where the penalty flag is, so I'm not real sure why it's on the Cats' own side of the field here.
What is that, an unsportsmanlike? What's the call? Kick interference? Have you seen that before? Illegal touching?
But regardless, the ball goes dead where he touches it, which would have been at the Battle 47-yard line. They've got it on our own side of the field, so it
Maybe it's where
it should have been. Okay, so now they're talking it over, and I believe, let's see if they counted off 5 from there.
Looks like he's going to get it right. He's marching it to the 47.
I don't think he is.
Where are we going with the ball here, bud?
So if I had – Jerry's going to get that instant replay going here in the next couple of weeks. If I had my instant replay –
what are we doing? So that is that's a 15-yard penalty.
I'm not real sure what's going on.
That's a 15-yard.
We were all hanging out at the 45, and now all of a sudden we're way down here. So the
Wow.
Cats are in position. Glenn still at quarterback, 2 wide receivers off to his right side, and Reynolds going to get the handoff on first down. Makes the first guy miss and rolls inside the 20 down to the 19-yard line. Tough running by Jace Reynolds for 12 yards, and the Cats are in the red zone, and they've got another Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center first down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances.
Right here's where you peel the top off, throw a touchdown pass right here. I mean, you know what I mean? They're going to load the box. Look at that.
Yeah, and, they're going to go wide receiver left and right this time. And, again, when they all come up, you got a little slant. A slant route would be perfect in this scenario right here.
Yeah, there's no safety over there on the far side.
So Glenn is going to go with a handoff. Reynolds gets to the outside, tiptoes, and gets inside the 15. Where are they going to mark him? They're going to mark him right at the 15-yard line. So a 4-yard gain and out of bounds. Brings up second down and 6.
It's just running a sweep to the short side of the field.
See what the Cats go with on second down and 6 here.
Who's the tight end? Do we have a tight end in this formation?
I don't believe.
Like a quick tight end pop pass right here?
They do have an
H-back?
They have an end off the right side here. And here we go on second down, and Reynolds running downfield was already at the line of scrimmage, falls forward, brings up a third down and about 3 for the Wildcats here. So better second half start for Reynolds here. He hadn't had a lot of room to run in the first half, but making room to run here in the second half. We got a 3rd and 3 coming up with 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter of this one.
I mean, look at that. They got 9 guys in the box.
This
right
is
there.
where I go with the slant to Percival right across the middle, because there's nobody on this near side. And that was airmailed, makes it a 4th down. That's a tough bubble screen. I like, if you go back and look at that formation, you talked about it, everybody up on the line of scrimmage. He cuts across the middle there on a slant route, and he is wide open.
Yeah, I mean, that was the play. That's the play we've been talking about right there. Just a tough throw, on the long side of the field like that. So here we go. Hopefully we could answer on this 4th and 4 or 4th and a long 3 right here.
And 4:45 to go.
Guessing we're going to see another toss or a sweep. I don't know. They have the fullback in there now.
So big 4th down coming up for both sides. And this time they're going to hand off to Reynolds. He's going to be close to a first down, spins out of a tackle, dives forward. He's going to have a 1st and goal Wildcats down at the 9-yard line.
Effort.
5 yards of effort by the sophomore right there, and it's 1st and goal down to the 9 for the Wildcats.
Incredible run.
So
he was hit right there
about
at
the
12 line
12.
of scrimmage.
Yeah, and then he got out of that, got to about the 12, knew where he needed to get, and was able to churn those legs for the first down. It is 1st and goal Wildcats with 4:20 to go here in the third. Under center is Glenn. He's going to hand off for Reynolds. Reynolds hits us back. He hits his fullback, but able to still get forward, and he's going to get it all the way down to the 1 yard line. So 2nd down and goal here for the Cats. Glenn looking towards the sideline, and it looks like they're going to bring in, and I like this, they're going to bring in the senior on this, and he can run the ball as well.
Keeper right here.
Maybe a little keeper right off the end, right off of the center's behind here. We'll see. And I kind of like a quick snap, too, on a situation like this. So here we go on 2nd and goal, and that's right what they're going to do.
Give it to him.
And no signal yet. And they're running in there quickly and going to bring up 3rd down from about the 1 inch line.
Looks like I thought he got in there to the right, but good job on that D line. They got some big boys down there in the middle.
So a big 3rd down coming up now. And you know you're in 4 down territory here.
Yeah.
So
I would do the same thing right here. 2 more times if that's what it takes.
I almost go up silent count, just pat my center on the butt and have him snap it and go. And here we go. And again, trying to get him in there. They're not going to give it to him again. Just going to run it in there. Going to bring up 4th down.
He's not getting any momentum at all. That D-line's pushing our O-line back. All right, here we go. What do you do, Grammer? What are you drawing up, Coach?
I'm going to go with a pitch to the outside. They're looking for it on the inside. Move Reynolds out in space and kind of, just a little flip to him out in space, out of the backfield. Because they've got everybody crammed up. They got the 2 wide receivers out there taking 2 guys out of it, but it's 4th down here for the Cats, and this time they're going to hand off to Reynolds, and Reynolds is not going to get there.
Again.
And they get a defensive stand by Battle. I go with that play on 2nd and 3rd down. Or I do a quick snap. I do something different. You went 2nd and 3rd down. You went with that. I would have switched it up a little bit. Nevertheless, the Cats have Battle pinned deep with 2:04 to go. Harrisonville, this is so reminiscent of the first half against Kearney. They look like the better team. They've dominated the part. They did the same thing against Kearney in the first half against Kearney, but they kept coming up empty on the short fields. They were down at the 1 yard line, were not able to get it in, and that's something that'll come back and bite you in the long run.
It's a 1 possession game right now.
So they go with that pistol formation. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and they're going to hand it off for Coleman. And if Coleman gets out in space, watch out. But again, he gets real cute with his running. If he just runs downfield, he may break that tackle and have open field in front of him. He got enough for that 1st down, but again, he cost himself a couple of yards there trying to turn around and go backwards. So 1:52 to go here in the 3rd. Wide receiver to the left side, to the right side. Pistol formation. Coleman is behind Keller, and they're going to hand it off to Coleman again. He had a wide open lane right there. Just missed his hole as it closed quickly by the Cats.
4-yard gain on the carry.
Poisel in on the tackle and a couple other Wildcats. 23-8 the score with 1:20 to go here in this one, or in this 3rd quarter, I should say. So going to go trips out to the right side, single wide receiver to the left, and he's looking that way, and Keller is going to take it and run, and he's down and out of bounds at about the 34-yard line. So he goes out of bounds with 1:01 to go. So 23-8 the score. You know, I think back to that last drive, those 4 plays you got at the goal line, and it reminds me of something we talked about a little bit in the first half. They're going to go with a little floater out in the flats, little wide receiver bubble screen to number 9 out here. That was Miller, but reminds me of another number 9 that used to catch passes here in Como years ago on the bubble screen. Mr. Jeremy Macklin made that bubble screen famous years ago.
J-Mac, yeah, he was just in town last weekend. That was cool seeing him down the sideline.
Now a coach at Kirkwood. 3 wide receivers set, and Keller going to keep it himself past midfield into Wildcat territory. But what I was going to say, Jason, it reminded me in the first half we talked about this is really your last preseason game with conference starting. Harrisonville's got a backloaded schedule. You might not want to show anything in a situation where you get a 1st and goal at the 1 in a tight game. So maybe that's one of the reasons they went that route as well. So here we go, and they're going to hand off to Coleman. He gets to the outside and stays on his feet. Hagen Stevenson wraps him up, takes him out of bounds. Brings up second
had good
down.
pressure back in the backfield again. We're just not wrapping him up back there.
So it brings up a second down and a pair. Carson Graff was able to get a little pressure in the backfield to push it to the outside. 2 wide receivers, 2 the left, 1 to the right. Coleman behind Keller. There's Keller in that pistol catch, showing pressure up the middle. And this time he's going to keep it. And a good wrap up initially by Colin Carruthers, finished off by Trevor Campbell. And that'll end the 3rd. We'll take a timeout. Cats trail 23-8 as we go to the 4th.
Want the best deal from the best dealership? Max Motors Ford, right in Harrisonville, Missouri. We make deals the others won't. More for your trade, less for your new one. Worth the drive from anywhere. We will beat any competitor's offer on a new vehicle by $500 or give you $500 and a tank of gas. With a great selection of over 800 vehicles priced at or below dealer cost. Come see why Max Ford in Harrisonville is the easiest place to buy a car. Visit us at the corner of 71 and 291 highways or shop maxford.com. Proud to sponsor our Harrisonville Wildcats.
Hi, I'm Lacey Dom.
Hi, I'm Cameron Chenoweth with American Family Insurance.
And as I was saying before I was cut off, I'm Lacey Domnick with Shelter Insurance. As you can see, we're both competitors off the field. However, since we're Harrisonville alums, we both still love the Wildcats and this community.
So if you're looking for hometown insurance from your hometown agent, give me a call, Cameron.
No, give me a call at 816-380-2700 for a shelter insurance quote today.
Or for the best quote, give me a call at 816-380-3996 for an American Family quote. We know you have options, so we want to team up to give you the best options in insurance.
All right, welcome back. We go to the 4th. Cats still in this one, just down by a count of 23-8. But right now, looming large is the big 4-down stop at the 1-yard line by the Battle defense.
I mean, they're in it. They're in the game. They haven't given up. They're out here fighting. We almost added to that last series for them, that defensive stop right there. That was huge. I mean, we were talking a 1-possession game going into the 4th. But here we go. Let's battle back, maybe get a pick 6 or get something going right here.
So 3rd down and about 5. This is where Keller's done a lot of his 3rd down and 5. This is where he's done a lot of his damage on 3rd down in open field. And they go right up the middle and out to the outside, and Keller stays on his feet.
Oh.
Just as I said it, they go with him on 3rd down.
And it's almost like the coach just went over to the sideline and talked to his quarterback. He's like, we're just going to turn it over to you. It's yours the rest of the night.
So a big 3rd down run. And here's where Harrisonville has struggled the first 3 games of the year. That defensive line is the offensive line as well. And these guys are playing every play of a game. They're starting to get tired, and it's harder to wrap up a guy running full speed in the 4th quarter than it is in the 1st quarter. And just as I say that, Coleman gets the outside, gets about 5, stays in bounds, and will move the ball forward to about the 24-yard line. Clock will roll. It'll be second down and about 6. So just a 4-yard gain. So 11:35 to go here in the fourth. Cats trail 23-8. Could use a big play defensively here. 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right, pistol formation. Little floater to the outside to Miller, and he gets to the outside inside the 15 and chucked down at about the 12. Sean Carruthers along with Norris Vance on the tackle. Brings up a 1st and 10 at about the 13-yard line. Looking for single coverage out here on the far side, and they're trying to get single coverage out there to Mariotto, and he has caught a couple of good passes. We'll see if they go his way this time. That's a long throw out there, though. Maybe go with something of a slant out there. And they're going to go in motion. They're going to go right up the middle. They're going to go pitch back triple option to Miller. Miller tries to cut back inside the 5, and he's going to have enough for another battle first down to about the 1-yard line. So we'll say it's at the 2.
They're just kind of having their way with us right now on defense.
Yeah, they're just forcing the issue here. There's a timeout on the field. Is that a Wildcat on the far side? Not sure.
No coaches are going over there. There we go. Trainer's headed over. Oh, now he's up.
Not sure who that was. I was trying to find. Is that Percival over there?
Yeah, it's 13, I believe.
So it is Percival over there. And I'll tell you what, that kid has taken some hits this year, and he usually just comes right back up. I think he might have a cramp as the way he went down on the ground. But it'll be 1st and goal battle. 23-8 the score. They're going to go with that pistol with the 2 backs. Coleman behind Keller. Another back to his side. 2 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. They're going to give it to Coleman, and Coleman dives forward. Ball out as they scrum for it in there. Cats not showing that they come up with it. Going to bring up a 2nd down and goal. Oh, the Cats do come up with it.
Wow, that's awesome.
Unbelievable.
Gosh, man.
And
I keep thinking back to that last drive, just thinking right now.
Trevor Campbell comes up with the ball, and now you look back at that touchdown. It's huge in that situation. But what was crazy about that was I saw the ball pop out, and there was a scrum for it. But Harrisonville, nobody said anything, so I was just like, okay, it's going to be 3rd down, whatever. And nevertheless.
Yeah, normally people's jumping around, pointing.
Yeah, most of the time you're like, we got it, we got it, we got it. They didn't say anything.
I don't think anybody knew who had it.
Maybe Trevor didn't actually have it until the end. He's a wrestler. Right. He can get sneaky down there on the bottom. So 1st down and 10 for the Cats from their own 2-yard line. Reynolds and Pesic in the backfield. They give it to Reynolds, and Reynolds gets a couple out to about the 4-yard line. Gonna bring up a 2nd down and 9 coming up for the Cats with 9:55 to go here in the contest.
I could feel a stiff breeze coming through, but you look over at the American flag and it's not moving. Maybe it's right there in front of the school building, though.
Well, and yeah, I wonder if it kind of creates a little tunnel through there between this press box and then the school there that you see and feel the wind coming through. So Glenn going to be under center. Wide receiver left, wide receiver to the right. And he's going to hand it off for Reynolds. And Reynolds gets into the secondary. He's at the 25 and out of bounds at the 35 as he's driven out. It'll be a Cat 1st down and a big chunk of yardage for the Wildcats from his own 2. They're going to mark him all the way up to the 31, a 29-yard run. And at Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center, 1st down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances. 9:22 and to go in this one as he's drug out of bounds at the 31. Clock stops. Wide receiver to your left, wide receiver to your right. Under center is Glenn. I formation in the backfield. And Reynolds Tries to get to the outside. Good cutback by Reynolds on the far side. Going to get about 4 yards. Looked like he wanted to bounce to the outside. He's so quick on his feet and is able to shift gears and go right back to the inside. Brings up second down and about 7.
Yeah, he's an impressive little scat back because he could take it to that next level, and he could also break tackles. He's fun to watch.
Definitely fun to watch. I feel you just feel like he's just so close to breaking one too.
If he just has a little bit of space, just a little bit of space.
He's been the warrior for the Cats the last couple of weeks. A lot of injuries, not a whole lot of options offensively, trying to keep everybody healthy, and he has stepped up and rang the bell for the Cats, and they hand it off to Reynolds again, and he falls forward. He's able, what I like to see about it, he gets 2 more there.
He falls.
When he gets hit, he turns his back and is always able to fall forward to get that extra yard or 2 right there. That's why you don't see him with a lot of losses of yardage unless he's just gang tackled right when he gets the ball, which has happened a couple of times tonight. So 3rd and 5 coming up. Percival to the near side, Cecil to the far side. I formation is Pesic and Reynolds in the backfield. And they're going to hand it off for Reynolds. He's going to try to get to the outside. He does, and he lowers the shoulder on somebody on the far side. And I believe he's going to have enough for a first down.
Yep, moving him.
So another Reynolds run brings up 1st and 10 to the 41. PA announcer said that was Pesic, but I'd put 99% that was Reynolds to the outside because Pesic's quick in his own right, but not as quick as Jace. So 1st and 10 up to the 41. 8 minutes to go in the contest. Out of bounds went Reynolds, so it'll be a 1st and 10. No clock running. There is only 10 seconds on the play clock, however. And they're going to go.
Better hurry up and get set.
The I formation here, under 5, and Glenn saw it, and he snaps it quickly, and the Cat's looking to throw. He's got a man downfield. He's going to go after him, and that ball is knocked down, almost picked off. Dangerous play there, and there's a flag, which is going to hurt. And, you know, you look back at it, too, and this is probably going to be a hold. And it is, and you're trying to protect the freshman quarterback, and one of the things that you may look at there, people are like, why aren't we throwing the ball more? Well, Coach Meeks might be saying, this is why I'm not throwing the ball more. They've got a strong defensive front. I'm just trying to keep them honest. But now all the work you've done on this drive from your own 1 pushes you back to the 29. They just had penalties and mistakes at the wrong times tonight.
Yeah, that was just rough all the way around. Then throwing into triple coverage in the middle of the field. I'm just glad that wasn't picked off.
So it's now 1st and just outside of Moberly, Missouri.
There you go.
And here they're going to hand it off for Reynolds, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, falls forward again for a couple of yards. Going to get positive yardage out of it, but it brings up a 3rd and 20. Oh, sorry, 2nd down. That was on 1st down, so it's a 2nd down and 20. 7:30 to go here in the 4th. Cats trail 23-8. Had a shot to make it a 1-score game at the 1, could not capitalize, but then they returned the favor on Battle and shut them out of the end zone as well and got a fumble. Here we go on 2nd down, and Reynolds lowers his shoulder and just falls forward for a gain of about 3. And it brings up 3rd down and 17. And I feel for Coach Meeks right now because he's sitting here thinking, man, you know, he can get it downfield. I kind of want to throw it again. But at the same time, that was a sure pick that the kid just dropped last time.
And like I said, I mean, there's a pretty good breeze out there he's throwing directly into as well.
Get loud. Battle, it's 3rd down and 17.
So here we go. Wide receiver left, wide receiver right, I formation. See what they do on 3rd down and long. And they're going to go with Reynolds. And nowhere to go that time. And it brings up 4th down for the Cats, and they're going to have to punt it away. So 15-point game on 3rd and long. Cats run a draw, did not work, and they're going to have to punt it away here. Norris Vance back to kick it for the Cats. And the thing about Norris, and that'll be too many men on the field. I don't know if they saw it or not. I don't see a flag, but he was running off the field when that ball was snapped. Not a great punt. Percival wishing it down to the 36-yard line. And number 1, he likes to be near the ball. He's the one that hacky sacked it a little bit ago. That is Trayvon Hicks, and this time Percival picked it up to the official, and Trayvon took off with it.
They didn't blow the whistle yet.
So it'll be 1st and 10 battle from their own 37-yard line. We got a timeout on the field. We'll take a quick timeout as well. Cats down 15.
Well, it's football season, so that means cold weather is not far behind. It's time to drive on over to Young's Auto Repair to get your car ready for the winter. Flush the radiator, get an oil change, and make sure the heater is ready to keep your family comfortable all winter long. If something else may ail your car, bring it in. Let Young's diagnose the problem, get you back on the road. Young's Auto across the road from Young's Tire on South Commercial Street.
All right, welcome back. 4th quarter, 23-8 our score. Cats hanging around, have had their opportunities, just have not been able to cash in. I've liked the look of this team in the second half. I feel like they've kind of dominated the second half of this game. That one long drive, but by battle. However, Cats kept them out of the end zone, forced the turnover. Other than that, it's been all Harrisonville the second half, but they don't have the points to show for it. They got down to the 1, and they couldn't get in. And then they also got to midfield, and then they had a penalty.
Had the holding call. Yeah, they brought that one back. But, no, you're right. You're absolutely right. I mean, this game right now could be all knotted up or even ahead at this point.
And, you know, I talk about it a lot. I always say I'm not into participation trophies and moral victories. But what I will tell you here is that the coaching staff for Harrisonville has got to feel optimistic coming out of this game. They're going to be 0-4. But they've been in game a couple of the games, and they've got to have a real good feeling that, you know, coming out of this game with a lot of guys injured, hanging around with a Class 5 ranked team, that they have some potential the rest of the year.
The top 3 receivers are out. The starting quarterback's out.
And they hung around with Battle that's put multiple points on the board in all their years. And that one is wrapped up quickly on the near side on a little, again, bubble screen. They're not doing anything fancy offensively in the second half. And, again, Carruthers and Poisel with the tackle for the Cats. About a 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5 coming up.
And that's kind of what I've been telling you tonight with that little scat back from Harrisonville. What I'd do with him is I'd put him in space, create one-on-one options like that, and say, hey, tackle him in the open field. Good luck to you.
3 wide receivers to the right side, 1 to the left, and they're going to give it to Coleman. Coleman's going to get it into the secondary, down to the midfield, and then hammered backwards. Again, a host of Cats on that. A first down, about an 8-yard gain, and it brings up 1st and 10 for the Spartans with 5:14 to go here in the contest.
When he runs downhill, he's a really good tailback, but like you've said a few times, Nat, he always cuts back and tries to get fancy. But right there, that was a great run.
Yeah, if you can teach him to run downhill, he will. And we don't have his grade or anything. We just got the name from the press box on one of the runs, and they go a little forward pitch. That play that the Chiefs like to run to Tyreek Hill, he's going to get about a yard. Looks like they're marking him about the 49 on that one. So it was Wilson on the carry. 2nd down and 9 coming up. Ethan Murray checks in, give Brody Rogers a breather. 3 wide receivers, see if they try to go to that single coverage on the right side. No, they're going to hand off to Campbell. Cut back, and then gets forward for a gain of about 4 for Coleman. Down to the 45-yard line as the clock rolls with 4:40 to go here in the second half, or 4th quarter, I should say.
Looks like they're just going to rock us to sleep here.
Looking to the sideline for the play call.
Well, let's see where they snap it right here.
So they can run it down to almost 4 minutes, but it looks like they're going to roll with it here. 3rd down, and now Keller going to run it, and he's got field, and he runs right into his own player, or he goes in for 6. So Keller gets it down to the 29 with 4:11 to go. Clock will roll.
I was going to say somebody's hitting him at a high pad level there, but that was his own guy that knocked him back. The field, he was wide open right there up the middle.
And again, they just kind of open, they kind of lull you to sleep, like you said. They're going to rock us to sleep. They do it, and then the middle's wide open. 1st and 10 coming up. Cats get pressure on Keller, but again, he's able to escape and get down the sideline and out of bounds, tackled by Crowley on the far side. And another 1st down. So 23-8 the score. 1st and 10. Ball at the 18-yard line. Clock stopped because they went out of bounds. 3 wide receivers, 2 to his left, 1 to his right. Keller in the pistol formation has Coleman behind him in the backfield. And up the middle they're going to go, and Coleman inside the 5. And that's what we talked about, have him hard running. When he just runs hard, he's hard to bring down, and there he goes with about 15-yard carry, and it's 1st and goal down to the 5 now.
Yeah, he gave that linebacker the business right there, the business into that. That was a good, hard run downhill. Looks like we're going to take a timeout. Yep.
So we'll have a timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. 3:33 to go. Cats clinging to a faint heartbeat right now.
What do you look for when you're buying a used vehicle? How about honesty and integrity, along with a reliable vehicle? That's why you should turn to Steve Holland at Holland Auto Sales. Selling reliable vehicles in Harrisonville for 35 years means Holland's will be around when it's time to buy. At Holland's, you get more than a nice vehicle. You get a friend in the car business.
The way the grammars go, Hans Auto Sales, and ask for Steve.
All right, 3:33 to go here in this contest. Cats trail 23-8, and they have hung around with state-ranked Class 5 battle tonight. Just have not got the opportunities in the end zone they needed. And, you know, turning point in this second half, a one-possession game if they get in the end zone, but a 4-down stop on the 1 by Battle, and then a long drive by Battle flip-flop this ball game. Cats were able to get a turnover deep in their own territory, but could not turn anything out of it. So with 3:33 to go here in this one, the Cats trail 23-8. You know, with trips, wide receivers to the left side, 1 to the right side, pistol formation. Keller has Coleman in the backfield. They're going to go in motion, and they're going to go right up the middle. Coleman, and he's going to fall short at about the 1-yard line as the clock will move. And quickly lining up for another play is Battle here. And they're going to go in motion again, and the ball on the turf. And now Keller, it worked to his benefit there as he skipped it behind him. Cats almost came up with it. Nevertheless, it'll be a 29-8 score.
Wow.
So Cats have had their opportunities. That might start nailing coffin or putting nails in the coffin for the Wildcats with 3:08 to go in this one. But they have hung around here, and we talked about it a little bit ago. Cats got to be optimistic going into the conference season with the way they have looked here tonight with multiple starters out. I can count 5 just off the top of my head of starters that the Cats have out tonight. So 3:08 to go. Kick is up. Kick is good. And it's 30-8. We'll take a timeout.
Insurance doesn't have to be a bad word, especially when all the insurance you need is under one roof. Auto, commercial, life, health, farm, or crop insurance, they have you covered. With a lineup like that, they are sure to be the team covered. So instead of dreading a call to get an insurance quote, call the team that will line up with the best of them. The team at Stafford & Stafford Insurance, located on Commercial across from Holland's Auto Sales.
All right, 3:08 to go here from Como. And we're on the campus of Battle High School, just north and east of Columbia, Missouri. And the Cats have hung around with the Battle Spartans here tonight, but find themselves down 30-8 with 3:08 to go. But the good news is we have another opportunity for a kick return for a touchdown for Rose Bostic. She's had that close. She was at the 5. They marked them out at the 5 earlier. A 70-yard gift card on the line. If they do not return this kick for a touchdown, somebody will have an opportunity at $80 gift card next week. And Rose will still get a $5 gift card for participating in our Sonic kick return contest. So with 3:08 to go, Battle going to kick it away. Reynolds and Percival back deep to return this one.
Oh.
And a little squib kick, and that goes right through everybody's hands and out of bounds. That took the old onside bounce right to the side of Carruthers. He looked like a shortstop. He looked like Carlos Correa in the 2015 playoffs when it went off the front, and it bounced to his side, and luckily it kept bouncing to his side and out of bounds. Next time I get to see Collins, I'll ask him about that. Be like, hey, how'd you like that bounce you got on that little squib kick?
Yeah, it was rough. I'm glad that took a left turn right there.
So Cats will have decent field position after the officials decide where they want to put the ball and where it goes, as it'll be their ball at the Cats' ball at their own 44-yard line with 3:07 to go in this one. We have Pesic off the end, it looks like. And they'll have the wide receivers bunched off to the far side. Lone back is Reynolds. They're going to pitch it back to Reynolds. And Reynolds tries to get to the outside and now cuts back, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all he's going to get with 2:55 to go. So 2nd down and 9 coming up for the Cats. They trail 30-8 in this one. Have hung around, but find themselves down by 22 in the contest. It was a 2-score game most of the second half. Cats had a chance to make it a 1-possession game, could not capitalize. 4 tries from the 1, and they could not get in. Should say 3 tries from the 1. The first one was from the 5 by Reynolds. Under center is Glenn, and again, Cats going to hand off to Reynolds, and Reynolds gets to the outside, and he gets a first down, and then forced out of bounds inside the 40 to about the 38-yard line. That'll move the chains, and that'll be good enough for a Wildcat first down. That's a Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center first down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances. 2:18 to go here in this one. Cats with the ball and driving down at the 38-yard line. Now this is where I mix in, Jason's talked about it, but now we mix in a little pass here. We're going to stay in that little bunch formation on the far side, give a little bit of blocking to Reynolds, and this time Reynolds again into the secondary. Just misses breaking that one. It'll be close to a first down, down to the 28. They're going to give him
2nd and inches, it looks like.
So we'll give him 9.9999 yards on that carry. So it'll be 2nd and short for the Wildcats. 2nd and a piece of paper for the Wildcats here. So it'll bring up a 2nd down with 1:47 to go. Smithville continues to roll. Under center here, Espin hands it off for Reynolds. Reynolds gets the first down and then is driven back after he gets down to the 25-yard line. So a 4-yard gain for Reynolds, and it brings up a 1st and 10 for the Cats and another Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center first down. We just need to put a Troby's logo on the back of Jace Reynolds because he's getting all of their first downs for them. You know, they talk about that, Jason, they always talk about the logos on jerseys. So 1st and 10 for the Cats, 1:15 to go. Glenn under center, Reynolds the lone back, and they're going to hand it off for Reynolds, and he's going to get inside the 20 to the 15. Another first down. They don't stop the clock. They will roll it here with 55.
Another 9.99.
Yeah, so another 9.99999 yard run there. Makes it a 2nd and 1 with 42 seconds to go. And they're going to pitch it out to Reynolds. And Reynolds tries to get to the outside, cuts back, finds some running room inside the 10 to the 9. Mark it at the 8. That'll stop the clock with 34 seconds to go. And that will be a whistle and a timeout, and we'll keep it right here in this timeout with 34 seconds to go. Jason, here's another thing I like to see tonight with this drive by the Cats. They haven't ever quit in this ball game. You know, they're sitting here, they're driving, and they just keep on going after it. And they get all the way down. They have a 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Be a good topper to the night if they could get it in the end zone here. Finish on a positive note, as they have seen some positives out of this game tonight.
Absolutely, yeah. They need to punch it in right here.
So 34
that would
seconds.
Feel good for sure.
And I'm gonna keep banging the drum that I've been talking about all night. I line up 2 to the far side, and I use Reynolds as my decoy, and I throw a little slant over the middle to Percival for a touchdown.
I like it. You should have sent that down to him real quick.
I should have, you know, and the coach's box is right behind us. Yeah. If they have a headset on,
draw it on a piece of paper and just hold it up.
Do this. They're going to go with that bunch formation over to the far side, give a little extra blocking to Reynolds. It'll be 1st and goal from the 8 for the Cats. Glenn going to find a man in motion.
Oh, false start. 13.
Percival knew it too. He knew it when he did it. That'll push him back 5 yards. And
that right there summarizes the whole night, Grammer.
It does. Just inopportune mistake, or mistakes at the wrong time. So inopportune penalties, inopportune mistakes, brings up a 1st and goal at about the 13 with 33 seconds to go in this one. And they're going to bunch it over to the opposite side this time. Glenn going to be under center. They'll pitch it back to Reynolds. He cuts back, nowhere to go.
Yeah. That was too slow developing.
Down. And that might do it. Cat's going to call a timeout, though. We'll take a quick timeout as well. 22 left to go in this one.
One of the scariest things to do is to take your car to a mechanic. No reason to be scared when you have the best mechanics around right here in Harrisonville. Colby and the crew at Colby's Car Clinic are all ASE certified mechanics with the latest equipment to keep your vehicle running smoothly year in and year out. So don't be scared. Go to Colby's Car Clinic and take the fear out of getting your car fixed. Give Colby a call at 816-380-3000 or go see them in the big blue building behind O'Reilly's.
All right, welcome back with 22 seconds on the clock. Cats are trying to punch one in here to end it. And the Battle Spartans try not to be on the wrong end of a bad beat here. 22 seconds.
Thanks, Scott Van Pelt.
Here we go with 22 seconds. High formation, wide receiver to the left, wide receiver to the right. And the Cats looking to pass. Glenn going to throw a little fade, and he's tackled in the end zone is Cecil. And that should be an automatic first down, I believe, but I'm not sure. There's a 15-yard penalty, or they do half a distance on that. I don't know how that goes down here. So nevertheless, we have a penalty, and this one is not quite over with 17 seconds to go. As I was chuckling about the bad beats,
well played,
if
sir.
anybody ever watches SportsCenter on a Monday night, they know exactly what we were talking about. Or if you ever listen to an Al Michaels game late in a contest. So it'll be 2nd and goal now from the 8-yard line. See if the Cats go back to the air again here. This freshman quarterback, Glenn. A little information about Glenn. Looks like they're going to go back to the pitch to the near side here. And now they're going to go pass. And they got their man. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Percival. He just took it away from the defender. Jace Reynolds throws the touchdown pass. That makes it 30-14 as 10 seconds on the clock. Got a little tricky. They've just been all night going that way. And they're able.
Wow. He's literally just snatched that from the corner of the safety.
I mean, it was in his hands, and I thought it was a pick off, and he
thought it was picked off too. He looked up like, what just happened?
Percival.
Wow, what a play.
With the touchdown, and that makes it a 30-14 game with 10 seconds to go in this one. Glenn going to line up. What I was going to say about Glenn, we'll keep it here after the extra point attempt. Cecil's got it, and he's got it for 2. Make it 30-16. It's a 2-possession game, but 10 seconds to go. Then you go back, Jason. Go right back to that 4-down play. Remember that touchdown was brought to you by our friends Young's Tire and Wheel Center. Touchdown of the tires on the pavement is an important one, so go have your tires checked out today. But you go back to that, you punch that in, it could be a totally different game. But I like the fight in the Cats. It's just a 2-possession game, 30-16. And resident guru of Harrisonville football, Brett Jones, texted me in the first half and pointed out the last freshman to play significant time at quarterback and not in mop-up duty or end of a game scenario taking a knee was none other than Blue Springs head coach Kelly Donahoe in 1982. So go all the way back to 1982 for the last freshman quarterback.
Turns out he knows a little bit about football.
Yeah, went to KU. I won't keep
that's
that.
Too bad. That's too bad.
I know. We won't totally hold that against him, especially considering we're in Como tonight. But nevertheless, the Cats have fought and clawed. And, I mean, hey, this is another chance for an onside attempt for Lane Curtis. The first one only went about 4 yards. Kind of reminded me of the old Necessary Roughness movie where he had to kick it 10 yards and he spun it and it went backwards. I had that happen to a friend of mine, too. We were in, like, 8th grade. They're like, okay, you're going to go out there and onside kick it. And I was next to him when he kicked it, and it spun, and it went backwards 10 yards. They're going to go with the onside kick. It got a good bounce and almost went through the wickets. But that'll end it, I believe. All they got to do is kneel on it one time to wrap things up. So a 1st and 10 coming up. So it'll be a 1st and 10 coming up. 9 seconds to go in this one. And all Keller's got to do is kneel it down one time. Missed opportunities, the name of this game tonight for the Wildcats. And they're going to fall to 0-4 on the season. But I liked what I saw. And I can go down the list. Colby Knowles is going to be back. Braden Tarwater going to be back. Kennedy Atkinson before long will be back. Keegan Rowe going to be back. River Riley going to be back. There's 5 starters right there that we can count on in the next couple of weeks and be coming back. So I'll be interested to see how they mix back in with the guys that have been playing. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back to wrap things up in our postgame show after this. Remember, go to your postgame headquarters if you're at home watching. Go to the postgame headquarters, Forged by Fire. And for everybody at Forged by Fire, thanks for listening. We'll be right back after this.
There is only one place in Harrisonville that you can see every Wildcat game, home or away, on the big screen. That's at Forged by Fire. If you're unable to make the journey to the game, stop in and watch the game with fellow Wildcat fans. Check them out every other night as well during the week with nightly specials and a full menu that is sure to make your mouth water. Forged by Fire is Harrisonville's premier restaurant. And remember, it's your Friday night Wildcat headquarters before, during, and after the game.
All can be your one stop for everything. Whether it's your first time to Harrisonville or you have been here for years, the trade fair is definitely a see it to believe it type of place, right across the street from Sutherland's.
What is greater than 1? 2! That's right, now Show Me Auto Mall has 2 locations to serve you, one in Harrisonville and the north location in Belton. Chances are, that means the quality of used vehicle you are searching for is going to be at one of their 2 locations. With several financing options available, Show Me Auto Mall will get you in the vehicle you want without breaking the bank. So when it's time to trade that vehicle in, go see the gang at Show Me Auto Mall and let them show you the Show Me difference.
All right, welcome back to our post-game show brought to you by Harrisonville's Postgame and Wildcat headquarters, and that is our friends at Forged by Fire. roll over there now for an appetizer and celebrate your Wildcats. Final score tonight, 30-16. Cats fall 0-4 on the year. Showed the fight and resilience, having several guys injured tonight. And also want to give a shout out to our official outfitter. First time we've gotten to wear this year the gray polos that have our nice logo on them, as well as the 4Ts logo and the C squared logo on the side as well from Clinton, Missouri. C squared embroidery and screen printing does a great job for us each and every week. They've outfitted us with these, and Larissa over here, she's already got the long sleeves on as she was a little bit chilly. So Cats fall 30-16, Jason, but there's a lot of positives that come out of this game. If I was going to critique and say the negatives, you've got to cut down on the mistakes. You had a couple of costly penalties that killed some drives in this one, and they end up proving really costly at the end of the ball game when you're only down by 14.
Absolutely, yeah. Just, the open field tackling was an issue tonight. But like you said, all in all, with what they took the field with tonight, all the guys that aren't suited up, due to injuries and whatnot, I mean, they do have a lot to build upon. And, we're here at a Class 5 ranked school, losing by 2, what did we lose by? 2 touchdowns?
2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And
they were right there.
And, going into that, I will say we talked about who took the field for the Cats. It's got to be a next man out mentality. You always have to have that, especially at the high school level. And, that goes into my teammate of the game, brought to you by our great teammates in insurance, and that is Shelter Insurance Agent Lacey Dominick and American Family Insurance Agent Cameron Chenoweth, who sponsor the teammate of the game. They'll have a teammate of the year at the end of the year as well. My teammate of the game tonight, Espen Glenn, the freshman quarterback. Carson Crowley started the game at quarterback, but in the second half it was all Espen Glenn, the freshman. He was called upon to make some throws, and he made those throws. He was the next man up mentality. Didn't look like a deer in the headlights for a freshman quarterback, and I like to see that, and he's going to be my teammate of the game tonight.
Yeah, no, for the most part, he stayed pretty composed back there. They had him throw a couple throws down the field. Luckily, one of them didn't get picked off, which is a good thing. But, no, freshman out there, the lights are on, Friday night lights at a Class 5 ranked school. That's kind of scary going into a game like that. He came out, stayed composed, ran the offense, and, they were in it. The score doesn't necessarily indicate it with the 2 touchdowns. But, we shot ourselves in the foot with that holding call on the long run down the left sideline there. Then, we had the 4 downs at the one we couldn't get in. So this could have been a completely different ball game.
And you go back and you look at it, and you got to, one of the things I said before the game, too, is there's not a minimum number of losses that you can have and still win a state title. I mean, you can be 0-9, you can go to district, and you can roll your district.
95 that Knob Master was 0-9. What year was that Knob Master?
Yeah.
They were 0 whatever. They went in the districts 1 throughout, and then 1 state against Odessa.
Yeah, that was
like 94
yeah.
95.
But so that's one of the things. You've got 3 seasons basically, and not everybody's schedule is cut out the way the Wildcats are, but their conference schedule is backloaded. They play 4 non-conference games. They play 5 conference games, and then they play districts. So it's like 3 seasons for the Wildcats. And I always caution people when people think, well, rough year for Harrisonville, rough year, okay, they're 0-4. Well, I can look at a couple of schools, and I'll remain nameless on the schools because I don't want to give them bulletin board material, but I know a couple of schools that are throwing 50s and 60s up there every single week and not giving up touchdowns, but they're also playing schools that they have no business playing or they shouldn't be playing at that point in time either. So Harrisonville plays who's in front of them. They played Kearney, they played Maryville, they played Blue Valley Northwest, and they played Battle. 3 of those 4 were all ranked in state. 1 in Class 2, 1 in Class 4, and 1 in Class 5. That's a pretty tough first 4 games to go. So when you get back into that conference season, those games don't feel as tough to you because of the competition you had early on.
Yeah, as long as you learn and you build upon those losses, go back to the drawing board, so to speak. And like you said, the second phase of the season starts next game, conference.
And that's what I always liked about Coach Maxwell, and now with Coach Shanker, who took over the program right before the season, is they aren't worried about the undefeated season. They're worried about being their best in November to bring home trophies, and that's when they want to be at their best. They lost their first 4 games, but guess what? That season's over. You're 0-0. You've got Excelsior Springs coming to your house next week. It's time to turn that switch on and go to work.
Yeah, and go back and watch film after this. They get back and they watch that tomorrow. Whenever they watch it, they're going to realize, wow, we really had an opportunity to go to battle and take one from those guys, which is a good thing.
And the other crazy thing about it to me is this, and that is the fact that, the crazy thing about it to me is this, for the Wildcats being 0-4 and then going into the second season, so to speak, is I don't feel like talking to the kids they've ever been down on themselves. They just keep grinding, keep chopping wood, and they know what the end goal is.
Yeah, absolutely. And like we talked about, I guarantee that's what the coaches, I bet you they keep a positive outlook. They're going to say, hey, guys, if it wasn't for a few of those errors in that one goal line stand down there, I bet the coaches are going to own it on that one. But they have a lot to build upon, and like you said, we have a lot of guys coming back.
And the last couple of games, the film you're going to have on them, this offense is going to look a little bit different when you put 3 wide receivers out there than go catch a football.
Yeah.
So nobody knows what's coming next week. Are they going to go back to a spread offense like they had in game 1 or 2? We're going to go with more of this and have your wide receivers you can throw to. There's a lot of different wrinkles they can have in this game or in the game come next week. So I'll be interested to see who can come back healthy next week, what the healthiness of the teams looks like, and we can go from there.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Just, go back, lick your wounds, get healthy, come back out, start your conference season. Go get Excelsior next week.
Absolutely. My max effort player of the game is going to be Jace Reynolds again. He had a couple of touchdowns and then also threw for a touchdown. Can't ask for much more from 2 huge returns. Almost returned one to the house. Poor Rose was just short of getting herself a $70.
Lot of jalapeno poppers right there.
Right. So we're going to wrap things up here from Columbia, Missouri. I didn't know. I thought maybe my kids were still listening, but they're not. They're up in bed. My wife got them up to bed.
Ange. Good job, Ange.
So Ange got them to bed. Again, our final score, 30-16 tonight. For Larissa Lamb, our videographer, for Jerry Forschler, our producer, and for Jason Leary, I'm Chad Grammer saying good night from Como. We'll see you next Friday back in the friendly confines of Memorial Stadium.